Good morning, people. It is Thursday, the 27th of October. Welcome to TDA, the day after, your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. Some people are in dispute about that. We might have to make that topic of the day one day. Out here trying to question who we are. It's ridiculous.
Haters.
Honestly. But you have amazing hosts. We introduce ourselves.
It is the unquestionable, the unimpeachable. Listen, big marks from the east side of the bridge, 6 foot plus of pure temptation. You know what it is already. If I look tired, it's because I had about an hour's sleep. Ben Simmons don't want to shoot. What a wally. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for the monologue, Mugs.
Sorry.
Is your favorite shade queen the one who you really shouldn't take too seriously, because I don't take myself so seriously. So don't ever find yourself in a position where you're taking paracetamol for a headache I do not have. It's my own royalty.
Mr. Rotation's big man use.
And they call me E-Man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer and news analyst, melanin jam-packed.
That is right. We absolutely love it. Love it, love it. How's everyone doing?
All good, man.
All good.
Yus, how was your event?
It was right, you know?
Yeah?
Yeah, decent event. Shout out to Fiona Hall. Shout out to Maxi, Chris Savage. Yeah, it was a nice little intimate setting.
That's
nice,
good.
nice conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good, man. It was good.
Let us
Decent.
know what the conversation was about and what side you stood on.
It was about polygyny and monogamy, and obviously you guys know where I stand on that.
The right side.
Monogamy.
Yeah, it's just around that really.
Okay.
Giving us, hypothetical scenarios, what we do if this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
Me and Maxie were on the side of monogamy, and Chris was like heavily entrenched in the polygamous side, which was quite interesting.
Iman's cousin.
Yeah, I wish Iman was there, to be fair. I wish Iman was there to ride for that side. But yeah, man, it was, how this conversation was going, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was good, man. It was good.
That's good.
Shout out to everyone who was in attendance.
That's good. Love to see it. Love to see it. How's everyone else doing?
Yeah, can't complain, man.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Good. I can't lie. I thought Mugs was going to be in the studio today, so I decided to wear my glasses. Because when I have my glasses and I have headphones, and I feel like I'm going through two struggles. I just feel like I don't want to say whatever it is, because then people are very sensitive. We can't get cancelled in like the first 2 minutes of the show. But yeah, before we carry on, guys, do like the video. The video stays up when we're done recording, and it helps our algorithm as well. And you guys tune in every day, so you might as well not be a witch. Also, you can join our community, community.thenewblack.com. We have a good show for us today, don't we?
The community's free, by the way. I had a couple.
Oh,
people,
yes.
Yeah, asking me like how much it is, but it's
free.
free.
Man. Yeah, it's free, basically.
All right, thanks.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into our first headlines.
Rishi Sunak's first Prime Minister's questions. So Prime Minister's questions felt like the roaring return of the partisan party politics. Sorry, my screen just went blank. So Prime Minister's questions felt like the roaring return of partisan party politics. On the backbenches, Conservative MPs had found their voices and smiles again. Over recent weeks, their demeanour has been sullen and their heads sunk, but not today or yesterday. Rishi Sunak played what Conservatives see as their greatest hits, so Brexit, levelling up, and the talk of winning elections, and his backbenchers lapped it up. The new Prime Minister sounded confident, even though his hand and leg could be seen twitching occasionally, which may or may not have been indicative of some level of nervousness. Sir Keir Starmer went straight for the first flashpoint for the new government, the appointment of Suella Braverman as Home Secretary. Mr. Sunak acknowledged that the woman he has sent to run the Home Office had made an error of judgment in that very same job last week, but he was delighted to welcome her back. Both Labour and the SNP see it as a way to secure Ms. Braverman's support for his leadership campaign over the weekend. Rishi Sunak's first PMQs felt like an opportunity to get rid of the last remaining remnants of Liz Truss's ideas. Her flirtation with fracking in England is junked, with the PM restoring the 2019 moratorium on drilling for shale gas. It was also strongly hinted that the government would raise benefits that don't automatically go up with prices in line with the rate of inflation. As we know, Liz Truss was tempted to put them in in line with average earnings instead. The Prime Minister's official spokesman was less categorical about pensions increasing in the same way, but the importance of the Tory 2019 manifesto was repeatedly referenced, which contained a promise to raise the state pension by the highest of 2.5% average earnings or inflation. On immigration, again, Mr. Sunak's team referred back to the manifesto with its commitment to falling net migration, saying that the exact mix will be set out in due course, but it would be set to reflect the skills and talents the economy required. That's the first headline.
Did you see it?
I saw a clip, I didn't watch all of it, no.
It was good, man.
Yeah.
Rishi was very confident.
That's good, that's good.
It was rosing as well.
Whenever you watch PMQs, it kind of highlights that, well, for me anyway, that, when regular people talk about how crap politicians are,
Yeah.
it highlights they don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
As in regular people or politicians, they know what they're talking about.
No, as in regular people don't know what they're talking about.
Okay.
Because it's tough what they do up there, Like, they're getting questioned on all sorts. And they're meant to respond like that.
Yeah, but they have to prep for it though. They don't just wake up out of bed. It's not a surprise. They
What,
know.
the questions?
As in the session.
No, but the questions, you don't know what questions the opposition's going to say to you.
Yeah, but...
You could imagine where they're going to come from, though, innit?
yeah, exactly. So you must have like
know your
preps.
policies like the back of your hand and stuff. I get what
Yeah.
you're saying, but it
for-
shouldn't be that much of a surprise.
Yeah, but I'm on Mark's side. And also, if you're getting paid where you're getting paid, babes, you can... I will answer any questions. Heck.
Running the country is you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I don't have empathy for that because you wanted that. You were dying for it. Now you got it.
I guess so.
Wait, why did
Go
you
for
jump from responding to a question to running the country?
Huh?
Yeah, because Eman has to be
No,
dramatic about everything.
because remember, you're running the country, right? And there's so many different things that you got to have in order. And then anyone can ask you questions on any particular thing.
Yeah, because you're running the country. So
That's
I
what
need
I'm
to
saying.
make
It's
sure.
difficult.
Yeah, it's not that hard.
Brent,
Yo,
when he was talking yesterday in PMQs, did he fill you with confidence then?
but even when it is that he was doing his campaign run, he was the better candidate. He's a great speaker. And
He's not a great speaker.
Yeah, he is.
You think that?
Rishi, yeah.
So you think
Yeah,
that?
I was going
He's
to
better
say.
than Boris Johnson.
You think so?
Yes. Remember, all Boris Johnson does is open his mouth, bumble, and lie. Rishi isn't like that at all. Have you heard me speaking?
Who? Yeah, of course. But I think I'm kind of like what Mark is saying. Like I don't see him as great. I just see him as he's good at what he does, this and the third. But great, you know what I'm saying? Like nothing really stands out to me.
Yeah, no, he seems competent and
Yeah.
solid, and obviously you could tell he's smart in that with an economic background and that. But he's not like a bumbling idiot like Boris was. So anything from that's going to be an upgrade to me. But he doesn't strike me as like a strong speaker. When he speaks, he doesn't. Yeah, but he could talk well.
So you think he
comprehensively.
sounds better than Boris to you? And a lot of people think that Boris Johnson is a great speaker.
I don't rate Boris. I think the appeal behind Boris is the whole like, I don't know, it's like the pantomime thing or something. It's a bit like Trump and that. I don't know what it is with Boris where he connects with so many people like that. But I never bought into it. I see this guy talking and thinking, is this really the Prime Minister?
Tariq says that he wasn't good at all. He was waffling. 100% he was waffling, but he was waffling with confidence. 100%.
Ain't that what Boris does?
Yes.
No, but Boris doesn't really do. Anyway, when he was in his, you obviously guys are saying he's got economics background, blah, blah. He's held a position where he could have helped the nation's economy, right?
Yeah.
Did he help the nation's economy?
I mean, he didn't throw it in the bin like.
No,
Chris,
simple
like
question. Did he help it or not? Hello, what's going on here?
From my perspective,
He didn't. You're taking too long to think.
No. The reason why I say that is because I don't want to be too harsh in it. Because remember, you had COVID, you had the Russia, all this type of stuff. Like you had to deal with in it. Other chancellors haven't had those type of huge world rattling type of scenarios.
Yeah, but
it's just difficult. It's not
that
really
same
fair.
COVID is the reason why people call Boris shit. So everyone in
I
the
also think
government
that's not fair too.
has had to deal with that. So basically, cut a long story short, he didn't help the economy.
I would say he did a
What
good
you
job
talking
to
about when
keep
he
it
was
afloat.
chancellor?
Yeah.
Well, everybody thinks his economics is pretty sound. He's done some stuff that they really rate him for. I've heard people phoning up saying that like their businesses, which is probably a small business, and thousands of other businesses up and down the country are only like open today because of moves that Rishi done.
Okay.
You get me? And they're rating him for that.
Okay.
So
All right, we'll see what he does. It's be interesting. He is shorter than I thought he was. Every time I see his full body picture,
Who, Boris?
definitely not Boris. Rishi.
Sunak.
Boris looks exactly how I expect him to look with a name like that. But Rishi, yeah, he's
5'7".
shorter.
He's 5'7".
He's so small and petite. I just feel like he should be. He's
mad
giving me
slim,
like,
innit? And,
yeah, like because he gives me like Scar energy, like from Lion King.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, he gives me like
Mm.
big dick energy, really. And then when I see him, I'm like, oh, okay, it's cute.
Boris?
Sunak.
I don't know why you even answered that. I was not going to answer that.
Sorry. Who gives
You know I ain't talking about no white men
who
on
gives
here.
you big willy energy? Sunak?
Oh
This
dear,
guy.
I'm not talking about willies at 8 o'clock in the morning.
It's too early, but
Wait. Did you just say big dick energy?
Yeah, but it doesn't always mean about a person's dick size. It's just a thing. It's a term.
So he comes across as confident and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
But then I see him like a full body picture. And I'm like, oh, okay,
Okay. Yeah, he's a slight man.
cute.
all right. Well, our next headline is kind of linked to what we were discussing yesterday, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And Labour has ordered the MP Nadia Whittome, I'm not sure if it's Whittome or Whittome, forgive me if I'm wrong, to delete a tweet saying Rishi Sunak becoming Prime Minister isn't a win for Asian representation. So the Nottingham East MP posted after Mr Sunak was this week confirmed by the Tory MPs as the UK's first British Asian Prime Minister. Her tweet triggered heavy criticism and was later deleted. A spokesman for Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer has now confirmed she was instructed to remove it. She had tweeted to say Mr Sunak was a multimillionaire who had, as Chancellor, cut taxes on banks while living standards dropped in the UK, and added black, white or Asian. If you work for a living, he's not on your side. Sir Keir's spokesman stressed that Rishi Sunak becoming the first British Asian Prime Minister was a great thing and something the country should be proud of. A spokesperson for Ms Whittome told the BBC she did not apologise for the tweet and had not been asked to do so by the party. Labour have confirmed it's not expecting her to apologise, and it's understood that the party now considers the matter closed. In a statement, Ms Whittome's office said, like Rishi Sunak, Ms Whittome is a second-generation British Indian. Ms Whittome was pointing to Rishi Sunak's record as Chancellor to demonstrate that effective political representation of British Asian communities and the interests of all working people is about far more than the ethnicity of the Prime Minister. Following a discussion with the Labour whips, it was agreed that Ms Whittome would delete the tweet.
Yeah, the first thing I did was go and see where this woman was from. If she was white, I was gonna say ma'am, but she is Indian, so she would know better anyway. So
Yeah, I guess so. But she's Labour though, isn't it? So she
Yeah,
kind of
but-
sees him as a rich so and so.
I guess, but
Let me read her tweet real quick here. I kind of touched on it already, but this is what she said. She said, Rishi Sunak as Prime Minister isn't a win for Asian representation. He's a multimillionaire who, as Chancellor, cut taxes on bank profits while overseeing the biggest drop in living standards since 1956. Black, white or Asian, if you work for a living, he's not on your side.
you know, sometimes broke people are very bitter. Like they really just be hating the rich. But I just feel like, wouldn't you want to tap into that energy a bit?
That's what I've been trying
People
to
are
say.
really upset with you haven't said what I'm saying. Please don't make
I'm on your
us say,
side,
well, no. If I ever say anything and Iman's on my side, I retract my statement. I don't care what it's about. But no. What?
The thing is, when you said your little ad-lib, man, you're like, her body just convulsed.
Yeah, man.
God.
If I say Jesus is Lord and Iman's like, yes, I'll be like, well, think about that one. But no, man, it's
man.
crazy. It's crazy,
Yeah.
crazy.
There's another tweet that she kind of, I'm not sure if it came straight after or before, but she said, Rishi Sunak and his wife sit on a fortune of £730 million. That's around twice the estimated wealth of King Charles III. Remember this whenever he talks about making tough decisions that working class people will pay for.
Sure,
People
man.
do forget that he's rich though.
Yeah, they do.
Like,
But I think
rich. Like he's richer than any human needs to be.
sick. I love it. I see that and I think, I think, get yours, man.
Same.
I love it. But yeah, I think people are very bitter, man. How's your situation going to change if you're out here hating on rich people?
I feel like he should start buying stuff for the country.
What? Christmas presents.
No. Yeah, like he should just like there's like if certain things need handling, like he should just handle it. Like 'cause
I'll
he's
be
got
honest, that did cross my mind.
no real life. Like the budget's 20 million short, and that he should just stand
I'll
up and say,
go,
you know what? Hold that on a government thing. Then the people that will be working with him properly, showing you that you put your money where your mouth is. You get me?
Actually, I
And it
really
might sound
thought that.
ridiculous, yeah, but like no head of state ain't had that kind of bread before. Like,
Yeah.
so obviously, like it's unprecedented, but you got unprecedented peas, so you
Yeah.
should be able to handle this.
Do you know what? I thought that when we talk about the energy stuff, I thought he could help a little bit. He's got the funds too.
Yeah, I guess so.
Nah, hopefully he watches TD or someone in his team watches TD and they can pass the message along.
There you go.
But yeah,
He
I'm
ain't
size
gonna
6.
do nothing. He let Rashford feed them kids all by himself, and he's got all
Boy.
that peas.
Oh yeah. Boy, it's crazy. All right, let's get into our what you saying topic of the day.
All right.
Mark's been going through it, boy.
No, I just took something out, and I hate when that happens. I just had it. How can it go?
Is he your vape?
No,
Oh.
one of my pills.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Because you never know what you're looking for, Marks. You just never know.
All right. So today's topic of the day, right? Very simple question. You guys can answer it in whatever way you want to answer it, right? And obviously, I'll follow up with some follow-up questions. Can anything ever really be considered true? Or is everything subjective?
No, I think some things are true.
Okay.
It's true that I'm black.
Like if it's a fact, is it true? Right?
You tell me.
I'm telling you.
I said I am.
I believe facts are the truth. This table is black.
Okay.
It's a fact. This colour is been deemed black.
By who?
Are there things in life that they claim are fact and they present as fact that are not true?
It's happened in the past, definitely. About different things. Yeah.
So
What's your name?
Emmanuel.
Is that a fact?
Yeah.
Why?
Because
Your parents said so.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
it.
but you just asked me why is this black? I mean, because whoever deemed colours to be colours, they called it black.
Yeah, but
Oh, sorry. By the way, Yusuf is pointing to the table.
Oh, sorry.
Just because, in case you're starting to tussle. You know how you get.
But I think the difference is that with my name, that was decided amongst a couple of people in it.
Yeah.
So that's like, as long as these people will agree, that's fine.
Yeah.
But this being black is
Yeah.
more so billions of people are deciding that it's black.
Yeah.
So what happens if half of those people one day say, you know what, that's not black anymore? Is it still black?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still black.
Why?
Because for the longest time, we've all been running with the assumption or with the knowledge that this is black. So just because you decide to wake up one day and change your mind, we can't go against.
Well, that's actually
norm
not
in a
true
way.
because that happens in society all the time.
All the
so
time.
that's
I was
not
just about
true.
to say that.
That's
Yeah, but-
literally actually not true. That's factually not true because they do it.
We throw the word fact around here too loosely. It's ridiculous.
But you know, we're dealing with something, we don't need to mention it, but we're dealing with something in the world now where people are saying our ideas of particular things are completely different now.
Yeah, but I think even with that, that's not even. I wouldn't look at that as whether that's truths. I'm looking in terms of I think with that example is different to the table,
that's
table
just a
color.
Whatever example.
Do you get me? Yeah.
If something has been deemed something since the beginning of time, then we know it to be a fact. No one's gonna challenge the color of a table if throughout the whole of humanity we have named this color black. So this particular example I'm giving, I don't believe it needs to be dissected or argued.
Because it is.
We've all deemed this to be black. This is a mic. Are you gonna say why is it a mic? Who called it that? You know what I mean? Certain things don't need to be debated.
Yeah. If half the world decide that's not a mic anymore, are we all going to be like, well, it's not a mic anymore? No, it's still a mic.
How many planets are there in the solar system?
I don't know.
Now you know we don't know that.
In school.
Yeah, but
13 or
no,
something?
but the thing is
How many
that's
continents we have?
that's if you do you believe that the whole of the universe has been discovered? So just
That's
because
different though.
no, it's
But-
not.
because-
If we've been told there's X amount of planets in our solar system, that's based on how far you can travel.
No. I'm not talking about like the universe. I'm talking about literally just the solar system. So like the sun, Mercury, June, Venus.
Yeah.
In school, it was 9.
Yeah.
I never forget. I had this conversation with my cousin.
Yeah.
He's like maybe, I don't know, 10, 15 years younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
And he was telling me there's 8 planets. I said, no, there's 9. I like science. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Right? He's like, no, in school they're being taught there's 8 now. Pluto, which we will talk about as the last or the most furthest planet.
Yeah.
It's not a planet anymore.
What is it now?
I don't know what it is, but it's still there.
But
it still exists.
But it still exists.
But it's not considered a planet anymore.
Do we care that it's labelled a planet or not? It's still wherever it is.
What's the same principle?
It's there.
What's the same principle?
No, but
I get what you're saying because
the facts changed though.
Yeah, but that's
the
not
fact just changed.
the truth has changed because the thing is, when we're taught how many planets we had,
Yeah.
that was as far as our knowledge went. So as you discover more things, then the truth changes because now you've made more discoveries. So I get what he's saying because like it's just different.
It still exists.
It still exists,
You're just calling it something else.
But it's the same with this because you're calling it black because for history people have said it's black. What if I told you 1,000 years ago that was never black, that was purple?
Then it's changed.
So just for
but now it's black. Just because something's changed doesn't mean that in 2022 this color is deemed black. Okay, maybe in 1302 it was white, but it's no longer white anymore. It's black now. So right now it's black.
But then doesn't that make it subjective?
No,
Yeah,
No,
it does.
'cause
Because
doesn't.
if you was alive at that time, somebody else's truth was different to yours.
Yeah,
Then
but
it changed.
that was
You're gone.
that's ancient history.
yeah.
So I don't understand what you mean. What's wrong with history?
I'm dealing with the present time. So if
Facts, no. If you're talking about facts, the way we talk about facts here, they should withstand the test of time, no? If it's a fact, if it's something that's so true,
But
that
it's
can't
changed.
change.
No, because
Surely it should withstand the test of time.
It can't because we get more knowledge.
It's changed.
So we can't get more knowledge and then say we're going to hold on to the truth back then. No, because the truth has now
It's changed.
changed.
But I asked you, what if we then said this is a different color tomorrow? You still say it's black?
Because who are you to say it?
No, but you know what it is? I think years down from now, if you wake up tomorrow and if you came into the studio tomorrow and said the table's not black, I'll be honest, I'm not going to listen to you.
Yeah.
Because
remember
I'm not.
who's the messenger?
Yeah.
Because
However,
E-Man told me this is a different color. Why am I going to believe you?
Okay, what if it just started with me and then afterwards, over span of a year, 7-8 billion people on the planet, except
cool.
you guys said it's purple.
What's your rationale? What's your justification?
Obviously, I can't think of something right now, but let's just say I had an explanation.
Yeah, but I need it though. Like, what's the reason why you're telling me this table isn't black?
because you know what is, yeah? For the same reason why, so
You know what I mean?
Pluto is no longer a planet because they decided that it wasn't big enough to basically be a planet. Right.
yeah.
So if you come tomorrow to tell us that this table isn't black, you need to give me a reason why we can no longer
Justify
see this as black anymore. It has to be justified. That's how we then get to the new truth. Do you get what I mean?
But in my mind, let's just say it's justified to me. Because remember, you saying Pluto is not big enough, right?
Yeah.
There would have been a scale where prior to that saying that discovery that's not big enough, it was big enough.
Yeah, it was big enough. And then they
You know
had
what I'm
the
saying?
3 criteria and then they realized it didn't meet the criteria.
Precisely. So let's just say we have a criteria and say, you know what, guys, we've realized that, you know what, the sun hits our planet, the light from the sun hits our planet at a particular, I don't know, angle, this, that, and intensity. And we've realized that we've kind of got all the colors kind of skewed.
Yeah.
So really, this isn't black no more. This is actually
but what
Blizzak.
But what color are you seeing though?
Blizzak.
Based on this sun example you've given, has this changed shade at all?
No, you're still seeing the same.
Then how can you deem it different if it's the same?
Oh yeah.
Because that's just how everything is.
That means that
But remember, everything...
if the color hasn't changed in your eyes, how can you say, oh, this isn't black anymore if it's still the same?
Because someone's telling you.
Do you know
that
I've
it's
got an
different
example of?
based on their rationale.
You see how
Just like I said before, it could have been purple 1,000 years ago.
so you see when I was younger, yeah, like colours were just one colour. So we had brown,
Okay.
you had red, you had purple. Now we've got like maroon and wine and burgundy and blah blah. But for me, those colours were justified to be called that. Do you get me? Because when I look at something that's burgundy and I look at something that's red,
You see difference.
I see a difference. So if we're going to come tomorrow and tell me that this table is no longer black, I need to then see
A different
that.
color.
Yes, but the thing is, because we're so used to, we know what we believe black looks like. I need to see something next to it that makes me think, actually, yeah, this isn't black. This is barely black. or this is charcoal black, and that now is black. There needs to be something other than just coming to just change something, and like you can't come and say now this is purple.
Okay, I get what you're saying. So basically,
There needs to be
in
evidence.
comparison to something else, and then say this is the reason why this is not black.
Yeah.
because this actually is black.
Yeah, so like for example, with like Pluto, for example, Pluto is no longer a planet because compared to the other planets, it's not planet in the way the other ones are. Do you get what I mean? So there has to be something to get us to accept the new truth. Otherwise, it's just an opinion.
But again, this is what I guess one can say about most things. Like back in the day, you would say that the sun rises, right, and goes down and stuff, right? And everyone on the planet would tell you it is, because you can stand in one spot and actually look up and see the sun is doing this and going down, right? Obviously over here and over there, right? But now we know that the sun don't rise and fall. We go around the sun. We spin on a
But that's
Really?
yeah, but that's new information. That's change. I don't understand your argument. If something was deemed something back in the day, and through knowledge we've learned it's not, then it's changed. Why is that a discrepancy between truth and falsehood?
Because
it's
then
changed.
truth has an expiry date.
So we've learned.
But then truth has an expiry date.
Okay,
Then it's subjective.
That's the point that he's making. That's the whole point he's making.
I don't agree with that point. I don't agree with that point.
What?
Where's
I
your
don't think-
microphone?
It's changed.
Yeah, exactly.
This is a new fact.
Yeah. So that means what it was before is no longer fact, right?
Yeah, but you know what it is this convo. I'm actually annoyed I brought up the color because to me,
Yeah.
your argument doesn't even justify the question you asked originally. If something is changed, then it's changed. Then that's the conversation.
Yeah.
But then isn't that
You know what I mean?
But
if it's changed, then okay.
It's no
To me,
longer.
I don't know. To me personally, this conversation, I'm even annoyed I brought up the color because it doesn't even. So I apologize. It doesn't even make sense to your original question about the truth.
Yeah, but it's 'cause
if
you let us-
something has changed,
Yeah.
then it's now this new thing.
Okay, so you're basically saying because it's changed, it's
Like,
now a new
this
truth.
is the new fact.
It's the new truth.
Yes, if
And
this-
that
if-
is not-
if-
So that means
if-
that means because it's changed, yeah, or you got new information. Yeah, that means it wasn't true before then.
It was
Oh my
at the
God.
time.
It
but
was
it
at the
needed to-
time.
Listen,
it was at the time.
If
but
this was purple in 1863, that was the truth then.
Yeah.
If it's now black in 2022, that's the truth now. It's changed. New information. We've changed the color. We've
Yeah.
chosen to call this black. This is the new truth.
yeah, but it wasn't a
So
lie
then,
then.
so then it is kind of subjective then, depending on what you know
That's
or what's
not
happening, or depending on what
subjective,
time it
Marks.
is. So
Let's
because
define subjective.
the way you talk about
subjective
the way you talk about
is
facts.
If
the way you
I
talk about
ask you
facts,
lot in
yeah,
this room right now, what is this? And we all give each other, we all say that's this. If every single person in this room tells me this plant is something else, it's subjective. It's like that whole argument about that dress.
Yeah, the
Oh,
kid.
it's not that because if it can't
Let me
withstand
speak.
the
One
test
second.
of
One
time,
second.
yeah,
One second. If we all know this is black now,
Yeah.
then it's not subjective because let's stop being facetious. This color is black. We all know it's black,
Yeah.
right? So it's a fact. If I bring something into the room that we can't identify and we're like, oh, I'm not sure what it is,
and
we
it's
all-
open to interpretation. Each person's interpretation.
open interpretation,
Yeah.
then that's when it's I don't know what word you use.
Subjective.
It's subjective. If
Yeah.
it's not, then it's a fact.
But aren't things open to interpretation because somebody has made it subjective? It doesn't happen that way
Perhaps certain
around.
things aren't.
But this is what we're discussing.
Yeah, but I think certain things aren't. So for example, if something has been deemed something, this is what?
Trainers.
Exactly. Is that up for debate?
I can't come and call them
All right,
court
so
shoes now.
maybe the issue is we're arguing about truths in the wrong manner in terms of objects and things and stuff. Maybe it should be more about, more...
Life.
Yeah.
Yeah, take us there because you introduced the topic and you let us have it, and I think we're all just in very different spaces.
Yeah. Obviously, I took us somewhere else with this, but it
No, but it made sense.
makes sense. It makes sense, but I think arguing about what an object is called doesn't really do your question justice. 'Cause when I saw the question I thought, okay, cool, this is gonna be a broad conversation. So I think,
And here we are talking about
I
colours.
think maybe my example about color has made it very just kind of stringent.
Okay.
I think truth is just an accepted belief.
There you go.
And that's why it can, quote unquote, change over time.
Okay, well.
And does that make it subjective?
I think everything would be until it's committed to be true.
Is this what I'm trying to say to you? Because essentially, if it changes, like you just said, right? It was purple in 2,000 years ago. It's black now. Somebody had to see it differently. Then we got the consensus. So it became subjective. Then it changed.
I know, but
You see what I'm
to label it a truth or a lie doesn't really sit with me because it's just the color of a table. It's like there's no depth there. It's okay, cool. This table used to be purple. It's a lie. No, it's, you know what I mean? It's just a color, innit?
I get what you're saying.
It's a colour.
I get what you're saying, but I think the principle kind of applies to most things, though. You know what I mean? Obviously, there's certain things that you know, that everybody kind of holds dear that you know, you wouldn't be able to be shaken in that particular belief.
Yeah.
But I think with most things in life that you can kind of pinpoint, everything was different at a particular stage.
All right, let's use another example then, just to make the conversation a bit more, you know what I mean, broad.
Okay.
If anyone's got any examples.
If you want to say what you want to say, just say what you want to say.
To me?
Yeah.
No, I don't really have anything. I didn't want to just use the whole God angle. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. But I feel like you're talking about the whole transgender stuff, right?
I believe this is what you...
No, I wasn't even thinking that, but we can talk about it.
I believe this is where you're going.
But we can talk about that, right? So, okay. So...
I believe in 100 years, if everybody decided that they were going to believe a particular thing and what it used to be had been erased from history or record, and there was no way to get back to that really easily, I think that would become the present truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like what you said about truth being accepted
Belief.
Accepted belief.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is.
Basically
it
what it
works
is.
for the time in which it works for. And as society evolves and time goes,
But are you
a
sure?
new truth is ushered in.
I don't mean this in a funny type of way, but are you sure you believe that?
Believe what?
What you just said about truth being the accepted thing at a particular time. Do you feel like there's certain things that, regardless of time, will always be true? Because that's
But
where
again,
you differ.
that is based on personal. So for me,
Yeah.
regardless of time, God is God.
And
regardless
God
of
is
time.
real and all that
Do
stuff.
you get what I mean? However, when I think of, okay, let me even bring it back to me, truths I believe when I was younger. Truths I believed when I was younger was that when I get, as a woman, I should have children. I should get married. I should do this, blah, blah. Those are truths that, like, that's how I was raised to believe were the functions of a woman. That was the truths I was raised on. As I've grown older and thought for myself, that's not my main function as a woman. So that truth to me has changed over time. Do you get what I mean? So I do believe it's, you know, it's accepted. One more time, Brent. What was it?
Accepted beliefs.
That's it. It's accepted beliefs. Because back then that was my belief. And then I've grown now and it's not my belief anymore.
But you have a certain area, a certain circle of things that is like, regardless, they will always be true.
Yeah, so
And it's more
regardless-
religious type stuff.
Yeah, so regardless I'm black, regardless of however anyone wants to define, I don't really care about that. I'm black, I'm Nigerian, my name is what my name is. Yeah, they're just God is God. That, so do you mean certain things that they can't, it's not open to
Debate.
for me.
Do you feel like certain things is about context then, too? Because one could say we're not black, because none of us are black. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you're not black by your skin tone, by the color of your skin.
Okay.
Do you get what I mean? People who are mixed race will say they're black too. They're black people who are very fair skinned. Like, we don't go by that anyway, so that'd be...
Okay. And okay, 1,000 years ago, were we black? Were our ancestors black?
As in what we called black, or are you talking about our actual skin?
No, our skin's the same.
Yeah.
Right. But were we black people?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but we've always been called black people.
Yeah,
Or-
we've been
or
called
not.
niggers and coloured.
No, but before we interacted with like Europeans and stuff, like, would we have considered ourselves black people?
Yeah, because even back then,
Do you mean
people knew that the whites were the whites.
do you mean before there were
No, before-
labels?
Yeah, essentially.
But if there was no labels, then there was no labels.
So there you go. So that's what I'm trying to say. So
Yeah, but there was no labels though. So then it negates the whole point. There was no labels. Once there's a label, then you're labeled. But before the label, it's not even a fault.
okay.
Yeah, because
So-
you didn't have to think about it. Yeah.
So is God a label, or is God a title, or is that more so a being? Is God a being, or is he a title? Is God a title? If that makes sense.
It depends, because some people that plant that's on that table is some people's god. So it depends what what people want to do. Some people are out here worshipping pencils, talking about that's God talking to them. But For me, God is a being. God is a spirit for me.
Okay. So, kind of to touch on that whole thing about the whole gender thing, just quickly. Do you feel, because this particular thing's actually happening right now in the news, right? Eddie Izzard, remember Eddie Izzard?
Izzard,
Yeah. So you may not know, he's like an old school comedian guy, white guy. But he was always kind of, I think he always was saying he was gay and this, that, and that, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, people.
Yeah.
But he's now come out and said, you know what, I identify as a woman now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the Tory MP right now, maybe the other day, yesterday, was on the show and said, so wait a minute, if he's a woman now, if he was a politician, right, Labour right now have got 51% of their MPs are women.
Yeah.
If he was a Labour MP and he was to go into the House of Parliament or whatever, or be part of the Labour Party, does that help? Does that increase or reduce female representation?
That's not what I want to go with this, to be fair. I want to go back.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I want to go back to you two saying that.
I thought you were going to say the colours. That's what I said you said.
No, it's the colours attached to
go
the transgender, because Marx is saying that, you know, if something changes, then it's a fact.
Okay.
Right? So if we all say that transgender women are women, right? Because this is how now society has framed it in this new world, why can't there's people in the room who don't accept that, but you accept that a colour has changed?
That's a very good point.
The question, wasn't it?
Yeah. So you can accept that colour has changed, but you won't accept that a human being can change.
No, but I think it's... I'm agreeing with you in the change, but I think you're seeing my opinion on the whole women thing a bit differently to how I see it.
I think I'm more talking to Marx, to be fair.
Okay, cool.
Wow, what did I say?
Mark said, "What now? Why am I in it?"
You were literally arguing against me in regards to the colour black, but I'm saying, why don't you attach that same school of thought to transgender?
I wasn't talking.
Where's your microphone?
What's that?
It's right here. I wasn't talking about the colour black. I was talking about the facts, or the facts that things change.
So if things change and then, you know, something is new now, why do you still in certain aspects, you know, completely diminish it?
I'm speaking to the point of that if nothing is set in stone and it changes, then it's not actually fact, is it? If that makes sense, like if it doesn't withstand the test of time, then it doesn't change. In regards to what you're talking about with trans women, you said even if you just go to what Brent said, like truth is the popular belief. I think the popular belief is still the science that we was taught. The genders and stuff that we are assigned when we're born is what we are. That's still the popular belief, believe it or not. I don't know if you want to let media influence you.
I don't think popular
but
belief
it's not. It is still the popular belief that men are born.
No, I'm not arguing with that. I'm saying I don't think Brent said popular belief.
Oh no, he was saying accepted belief.
He said accepted
belief. That's the same thing. Accepted belief by the masses, which is popular. It's the popular thing. It's the majority rules.
That's how you want to frame it. That's how you want to frame it.
I mean, yeah, it's a different choice of words, but we're essentially saying the same thing.
Okay.
Accepted belief is the popular belief, is the masses, the majority of the people believe this.
Yeah.
It's true. That's what he's saying.
All right. So if
the majority, regardless of everything that's going on in society, the majority of people in the world still believe the science that we was taught and the biology that we was taught.
Yeah,
if things are changing, then that's different. But so that means speaking to what he's saying, I'm still right.
Will your mind change then? Let's just say in 100 years' time, you know, it's the accepted belief. Yeah.
Well, thank God I won't be here in 100 years' time.
So no. Okay, cool. If in
why are you like this?
If in 3 months' time it changed.
No, not in my lifetime is it going to change. I told you, that's why I don't get upset with people who still believe things that they were taught when they was young, when they're old, because it's the time, innit? You want to blame people for the times that they was born in. And you just said things change over time. So different generations are going to have different looks on it. If you are saying these different generations are going to have different truths, my truth's going to be different in 100 years, which speaks more to what the point that E-Man's making in the first place.
Yeah, I don't know. But we can nah. What the level of vim you were giving me regarding the colour stuff and the change and stuff is not matching up to this, but it's fine.
It wasn't about colour. I think something must have got lost in translation because I didn't really care about the colour. That was just an example you used and I thought it was crap. I'm saying like it's the point of that.
Okay, forget the colour. In terms of something changing and it being a fact and a fact now, I think based on that argument, your rhetoric about transgenders to me doesn't really add up. But it's cool.
I don't understand what you're saying. I think you need to make your point more clearer because I don't get it.
I'm cool. I'm cool.
All right.
Is everybody cool then? Yeah.
Yes.
Are we done with this? Or
I mean, yeah, we
any
can
other
move on.
questions?
This,
Alright.
this might be actual
Well
kind of
done.
within the time frame.
Okay. Oh, we're done with the whole.
Yeah, I mean,
topic.
like, yeah. I mean, like, we can go further and further, but there's no
Yeah.
need in it.
Alright, well,
Alright.
If the people feel like a part 2, we can do part 2 another
I think
day.
it's the part two.
people,
You know
people
why?
need to not feel like anything because people need to call in. That's what people
No,
need
it
to do.
is.
Thank you, Esther.
I don't feel like we use an example that really gave this topic justice, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can someone call in then and help us then? Or are we moving on?
I don't mind. But I just think that we didn't really, and again, I blame myself for the colour thing, but
I don't think so. I think that was a good starting point.
I
Though.
don't feel like it might have been. I don't feel like we had a good enough example to really do this topic justice. But, you know, we live to fight another day.
We sure do. Got TDAs every day. Well, let's get into our next headlines.
Let's do it. Okay. So the biggest health union is beginning to ballot its members in England, Wales and Northern Ireland on strike action. Unison is asking 350,000 NHS staff, including porters, nurses, paramedics and cleaners, to vote in favour of walking out in a dispute over pay. But a ballot of its 50,000 members in Scotland, which was already underway, has been suspended after a new offer. The government in England has urged staff to consider the impact of a walkout on patients. It pointed out that it had given staff a rise in line with what had independently recommended what had been independently recommended by the official NHS pay review body. In England and Wales, NHS staff had been given an average of 4.75% more, with extra for the lowest paid. Although in Northern Ireland, nurses are yet to receive the pay award. In Scotland, ministers upped their initial offer of 5% to a flat rate of just over 2,200, which is worth more than 11% to the lowest paid, prompting Unison leaders there to suspend its ballot, which had been due to close on Monday. Members there will be consulted on the new offer. Unison, along with 13 other health unions, had asked for an above-inflation rise for all staff. The unions used a retail price index measure of inflation, which stands at over 12% currently. Unison is not the only health union taking action. The other major ones, including the Royal College of Nursing, Royal College of Midwives, GMB and Unite, have all started to, or are planning to, ballot its members. So that's the first thing. Again, I spoke about this before. Just, we may, for the first time in like over 100 years, get nurses and that striking, which would be crazy. But yeah.
It's going to be a deadly day.
Yeah, hopefully, they can sort it out. Next headline is Germany's taking that big step, man, and they're looking to plan to legalise cannabis. So Germany's...
You're an egg.
So Germany's coalition government has agreed on plans to legalise recreational cannabis amongst adults. Possession of up to 30 grams, 1 ounce for personal use would be allowed. Licensed shops and pharmacies could also sell it. The plan has yet to be approved in Parliament, but also received a green light by the European Commission. Health Minister Karl Lauterbach said the plan could become law in 2024. In the EU, only Malta has legalised recreational cannabis. The Netherlands has not gone as far as the German plan. Under Dutch law, the sale of small quantities of cannabis in coffee shops is tolerated. The German plan would also allow home cultivation of 3 cannabis plants per adult. Like that's crazy to me. They're really going all out, kind of.
Right.
Yeah. So the move was envisaged in the coalition government's manifesto, which was announced last year. The Social Democrats, SPD, led the coalition with the Greens and Liberal Free Democrats as partners. Several countries have legalized limited use of medicinal cannabis. Canada and Uruguay have also legalized recreational cannabis. In the US, 37 states and Washington, D.C. have legalized medical cannabis, while 19 states have approved it for recreational use. That represents well over 40% of the US population. Presenting the plan, Mr. Lauterbach said decriminalization would help protect the health of young people because the cannabis ban had no evident success in recent years. He noted that cannabis consumption had risen, as had drug addiction amongst adults, and stressed that they want to regulate the market very firmly. He also said that the government would consider a possible restriction on the maximum strength of cannabis products sold to adults under the age of 21. And that's the end of the headlines.
Well, everyone can stop going to Amsterdam.
I mean,
Actually, but then
Germany's forever.
Yeah, and they're funny people. But I'm not talking because I can't today. All right, well, let's get into Word on Road. Kanye. So yesterday, or I guess 2 days ago, this was the day after Adidas dropped him, he took himself to Skechers headquarters to go and try and get impromptu. It's so funny, right? It's always funny when people do silly things and they expect people to give them the same respect they gave them before they said silly things. So I guess he still thinks he's got some form of power, which is funny. So he went into the Skechers, corporate office in LA with his film crew and everything. You didn't even come silently. You came with noise, expecting to just have a meeting like that. Anyway, they escorted him off the premises. They said, sorry, sir, you got to go. Okay, you got to go. And they actually released a statement and they said, we condemn his recent divisive remarks and do not tolerate anti-Semitism or any form of hate speech. So yeah, so they didn't listen to him. They didn't talk to him. They didn't care for it, basically. I guess he's going there to... Do you know what? This is... honestly, I really pray. I think I'm going to take a stance.
I think it's down bad if he's trying to do
Go with
business
Skechers.
Skechers now. Is that how bad it's got for him?
But you know what's mad though? You know when he was trying to get end his contract with the Gap, end with Adidas, he was trying to end with these corporations to, I guess, be self... What is it Iman always says?
Self-reliant.
Be for self.
Yeah.
But you're then groveling and trying to grovel to go to Skechers. Do you know the irony of all of this? He didn't even do his Googles.
Yeah,
because Skechers is owned by a Jewish father and his son.
Yeah. That's why I didn't believe that he'd done this to be completely self-sufficient. Because if that was the case, why are you still trying to partner with other companies?
Yeah, exactly.
But we don't know why he went there, though. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know that.
I don't think he went there to sing Kumbaya.
I know, but if you look at the company, though, why would you go to Skechers? You know what I mean?
Maybe because Skechers is less than Adidas, right? So Adidas may have a contract in place. Again, this is just me thinking.
Yeah.
Adidas may have something in place where it's like, we're Adidas and we sign you, Kanye West. But with Skechers, because maybe they're a bit lesser in the, in their esteem in the world, he may be able to partner 50-50 with them. Yeah, but so you ain't telling me what to do.
Yeah, but that's still going into business with a company as opposed to you just being completely self-sufficient.
Doing for self. Because if you're,
he wasn't just talking about doing for self. He was talking about black people being treated as slaves by these corporations. So he
goes back to the people that owned him as a slave to go and then partner up again.
I think
if he went to a platform that's black owned, a black owned, shoe company, I can understand that. That's keeping it within the community.
Yeah.
But if you're telling black people that we need to step outside and stop relying on on non-blacks, but then you go back to you come have a contract with a non-black and then run to a non-black to help push black agenda. Come on, man. You can't even try and defend this one.
No, but no. All I'm saying is I don't know. What do you call it? None of us know why he went there. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even get the opportunity.
I can guess.
But what I'm saying is, to me, a white person signing me to a particular deal is different to me and that white person owning that company. It's different. I'm not a slave. I don't have to do everything you say, right? But as a partner, we both make joint decisions. I'm just as valuable to this company as you are. And I think that's what he's going for.
So he wants to partner with Jews?
Potentially, yeah.
All right.
He maybe just doesn't want to be a slave to a Jew. He doesn't want nobody telling me what to do with my business. And then one day you don't like what I say, you get rid of me.
For someone who said that he was the reason why Adidas was revived, you would have thought, if he didn't, okay, so I'm going with it. If he didn't have sense enough, so he claims that he's the reason why Adidas was revived, blah, 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 Yeezys, blah, blah, cool. And that's fine, the stats does show it. It does show that a lot of their money comes from Yeezys, right?
Yep.
So if he didn't have sense enough to go into that contract wanting to own, I don't see how we will have the sense now, considering we've now found out anyway that all he owns is the name. He doesn't even own everything else.
Yeah, but he owns the name and he was the one who came up with the whole designs.
And
So
he
he
and
can
he
go
and
somewhere
he
else
doesn't
and do
own
that.
any of that.
Yeah,
He
but
just
that's
owns the
fine.
name.
Well, that's fine.
Because
he-
they're gonna sell the shoes.
That's fine, but he can go elsewhere and say, guys, Yeezys, yeah, it's not Adidas, it's me, Kanye West, Yee, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Do you think
it's
he can?
It's me.
If you're getting escorted out of Skechers, then to me, you're
Down
down bad.
bad.
Skechers need you, and if they say, you know what, Kanye, you
No,
can't-
not that bad.
You know what I mean, so if you where else is he gonna go? Reebok or?
I don't know, but maybe all of this may prompt him to then say, you know what, I'm doing this fully by myself. Who knows? But all I'm trying to say is we can't necessarily say that he's trying to go and pander to this company just like he did before.
Well, it is
You know what I'm
interesting,
saying?
Emmanuel, if all the time he's talking so disparagingly about Jewish people to then go to a Jewish company to partner with them.
Yeah.
It's a bit weird, no?
Not really, because he wasn't talking
Why
about all
not?
Jewish people.
No, but
was
he said
talking about-
that they're the powers that be. So why would you then go to the
Yeah.
powers that you said are
And,
be?
and this and
because
this
you're
is,
no longer the power that be's if I'm in the same position as you. If we've got the same seat, you're not the power that be. We're both the power that be.
Gosh. And do you really think Kanye can have the same seat?
I don't know. I'm just saying we don't know. I don't know. You
yeah, but
guys could be
we
wrong,
don't know.
right, you know?
We don't know.
I think we're more right. I think the stats is leading to us being more right than
Potentially. All
when
I'm
it comes
saying
to Kanye.
is I
in
just don't
general.
know why he went there. You know what I'm saying? And for us to assume
Okay,
he went there for the same deal.
okay. Why do you think he? Why do you think he went there?
I don't know.
No, just think of something.
you don't know.
Why do you think Kanye
If it's-
West,
yeah.
who just got dropped by Adidas, who has a sneaker line apparel,
Yep.
went to have a meeting with another sneaker company? Why do you think that is?
Okay, maybe to do the same thing again, but to actually say, you know what, this time, let's do it in the way I say.
You are. What does Kanye call his fans?
But
You are worse than a beehive.
But you know what I'm saying is not difficult to. I don't understand.
No.
Like,
no one
No, we
says
know-
that your premise is difficult to understand. We understand. Yes,
We
a
understand
partnership
it.
is better than being under someone.
what's the problem with that?
The problem is
Well, you-
it's another Jewish company he wants to partner.
Yeah,
he wants to
you
be in
can't-
business with. Forget partnership. He wants to be in business with Jewish people, despite the fact that he's been anti-Semitic.
To me, Kanye, again, you guys may differ to me, right? But to me, Kanye West wasn't talking about all Jewish people. Kanye West was talking about Jewish people in positions of power.
Yes, sketches.
Wait. Jewish people in positions of power that use that law, that power over their so-called
So
subjects.
why are sketches different in your opinion?
Because he can maybe sit down at the table and strike a deal where they are not in a position of power over him.
But he was still talking about them though. Like sketches, they're
How do we know he was talking about Skechers? If Skechers haven't done the same thing to other people, how do we know?
done what to other people?
The same thing that he's talking about that other Jewish people have done in positions of power. Because remember, he gave examples, you know. Again, he was talking about Adidas. He was talking about record labels.
Okay, so in your mind, sketches are the anomaly.
No, but
and,
I don't
that's why he
know
went
this.
there.
You-
But you don't know it, but
putting
you're
onto
arguing
me-
for them. You're arguing for sketches.
I'm arguing for us
And
to
for
look
Kanye.
at something as a possibility. That's what I'm saying. Because you're writing something off, and that make no sense.
He was escorted out anyway.
I'm so like I'm so puzzled.
like this.
No, but you're acting like we can't comprehend what you're saying. We understand what you're
We
saying.
understand what you're saying.
but
I'm
I don't
just
understand.
shocked by
I
what
don't
you're
understand
saying.
why you're writing off the possibility that he could want to go and sit down with another Jewish person, but not have the same relationship as he had before.
Okay, based on everything
don't
he's been
understand.
saying in this
Yeah.
past week, I don't think you should be completely bemused that I'm bemused that he would go into partnership with Jewish people despite what he's been saying.
I'm not. I understand why you
Okay.
guys think that way, but I'm also thinking, can't you guys think the other way, which is that he wasn't just talking about Jewish people. Period. He's talking about a type
No.
of dynamic in the relationship.
He was talking about Jewish people
In a
in
relationship.
business, in
Exactly.
corporations. Yeah, and
Yeah.
this is another corporation.
No, but he gave examples of what he meant.
E-man, man.
I can't believe it. I actually can't believe you.
He even gave examples of Jewish people who are in position of power who are his
Alright,
friends.
so- There's a caller,
You
there's
are
a
black
caller.
white supremacist.
Good morning,
not-
good morning. Is this Star Steph?
Yeah. Morning.
All right,
Morning.
go on, brother.
Morning.
What would you like to say?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask E-Man, if someone was coming in to partner with your company, would you, with something that you've built up,
Yeah.
would you make it so you can't fire them?
No.
So how do you think Kanye is going to get such a deal with these companies
Because even if it's,
after all the madness he said?
again, I don't know if what do you call it? If he thinks this is realistic, but I'm simply talking about the fact that if we're partners, you can't fire me. But if we're partners, you may still see it as, you know what, as a partner, this will be a very lucrative deal. So I will take it. Remember, economics rules the world. You know what I'm saying? Economics is number one. So if he can come and bring to the table something that they can utilize to boost their profits by 50, 100, 200%, maybe they will sit down with him as a partner.
Yeah, but if with his track record, why would you do that and give him a position where you can't fire him?
No, but that's the point. They haven't done it. They've escorted him out of the building. I'm just talking about why he may have wanted to go there. I'm not saying that they will do it. I'm saying this may be the reason why he went.
Yeah, but obviously Kanye, if Kanye is going into a business meeting, he's going in there to get the best deal for himself. Yeah. So that's a no-brainer. Of course, you're going to go in there
will do that.
trying to get the best deal for yourself.
No. Everyone thinks they are, but many people don't. This is why they walk out of there without the best deal for themselves.
I'm not saying they end up with the best deal. They try to get the best deal.
But the intention is to get the best deal for yourself.
But the best deal is down to what you think is possible as a best deal. That's what it is. This is why no one goes into a business trying to be a partner. Everyone's like, I'm going to try and get a certain amount of money, this, that, and the third. He is now thinking, I want to be a partner. Potentially. Again, I don't know what he's thinking. But potentially, if I'm Kanye West, I'm not going there to get the same type of deal. I'm thinking, I changed Adidas.
The issue is, the issue, one second, bro. The issue is not Kanye going to get a deal or be a partner with a company. The issue is that I'm having is he has been anti-Semitic, he's whatever he's saying, DEFCON 3, whatever.
Yeah.
But now he's going to partner up with other Jewish companies.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make any sense.
I'll say it one more time, right? Watch. To me, you guys may disagree, right? But to me, I felt as though Kanye West was not talking about all Jewish people. He was talking about Jewish people in business, in positions of power.
This is business.
Wait. In positions of power.
They're positions of power too.
That use that power, right, to keep certain people in a particular position and treat them in a particular way. That's what I think he's talking about. Then he gave examples of the fact that there are Jewish record labels, execs, and underneath, black rappers, right? You can allow certain type of music to go out, this, that, and the third. You can allow certain us having music, talking about killing each other, this, that, and the third. But we talk about something the other direction, it's a problem. He's talking about a slave-master relationship. He would not go into sketches and ask for the same slave-master relationship. So he's learnt.
So you're saying that Kanye is out there seeking Jewish people he can actually work with. Like he's met people that he can't work with, and he sees this slave-master mentality. You're saying now he wants to find Jewish companies that he can have a great relationship with.
I'm saying that could be a possibility. I don't know his mind. I'm saying to me, that would not be far-fetched for me. For him to want to go and partner with another company where he can have a Jewish company where he has a better relationship with them. Sorry. Again, he's not talking about all Jewish people. It's the reason why he apologized to the Jewish people that he offended.
Yeah,
he's not talking about.
He's not talking to all Jewish people as in a family of four who live in Edgware Road. He's talking about corporations, companies, business. Sketches fall under that umbrella.
Exactly.
How many times did he even say? How many times did he say in an interview he's got Jewish friends who are also business owners? He ain't talking about them.
Yeah, they own a shop on the corner. He's talking about corporations.
No. He's talking about Jewish friends who are as rich as him, who own big businesses, big corporations. He ain't talking about them. He's talking about certain Jewish people. He made this clear.
Okay, Steph, what were you gonna say? Sorry.
Yeah, I don't get this argument.
I just think that Kanye West's thing is all fraud, man. He's never wanted to do for self, which is E-Man's whole mantra. He came up under Dame Dash and Jay-Z, built Rockaway from nothing. He knows the blueprint of how to do it. He just wants to be in bed with these upper echelon fashion people, and they won't let him in.
Exactly.
And he's crying like a baby.
Exactly that. Right. Because for me, it's wild to me that you will speak against big corporations. Because you know what's mad about all of this fight that Kanye is doing? This whole, these people are in positions and it's not benefiting black people. He doesn't care about the other people that doesn't benefit. He only cares about himself. So if you're doing this fight and doing all these tours to talk about the big corporations and whatever, in what world do you then turn around and then approach another big corporation? Yeah, but if he really cared about how black people are not benefiting from these things and whatever, he would have found a black business that maybe is not on the same level as Adidas or whoever. he would have found them and said, let's collaborate because this is what I can bring to the table and I will be a partner. He did not do that. He went yet again to the people that he's just cast for taking advantage of black people.
Can I ask you a question? I don't know. This is just a question. I genuinely don't know. Do you think that every company can do the type of numbers that Adidas does with Kanye West on their side?
I think if any company has Yeezy with them, I think that they can do numbers.
Is that what you think as well?
That any company.
It's not just about the numbers, though, man. Because, like I said, Rockaway, it's not just about the numbers for him because Rockaway, they might not have been as big as Nike, but they certainly generated a $100 million business.
Yeah.
So he could go that route and grow it and grow it and grow it. But he doesn't want to do that. He wants to be rubbing shoulders with the elite.
But you know what?
It has nothing to
do you know what it is? Yeah, I actually agree with you. And this is what I was saying yesterday as well, that I think he still wants validation from the others. I think he still does.
That's all he's ever wanted.
Huh?
That's all he's ever wanted.
Yeah. I can actually agree with that, right? But I also believe two things can be true. And I believe he also wants to be in a better relationship with certain people. That's what I think. I can't for the life of me think he would go into Skechers to try and get the same type of deal as he did with Adidas.
Yeah, but how
like
can
you said, he's got the name.
It's even going in there to get a deal in the first place. That's what I'm stuck.
sense.
I don't care
fine.
because obviously, if you get a bad deal in life, you're obviously going to want a better deal. That for me, that's a given. Is clear. Everyone will always want a better deal.
Yeah.
It's the fact that for me, you went into that building to have a conversation with them anyway. That's what I think is dumb.
And also,
like, why would you do that?
You're saying he's not talking about all Jewish people.
Yeah.
If I said, "Oh, I hate white people," but not all whites, but I hate white people, would it be smart for me to go to try and do business with a white company? How are they going to see me? Are they going to, like you, say, "Oh, you know what, you wasn't talking about all whites.
You wasn't talking about me.
It's fine." Right?
No, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
So it makes no sense for him to be anti-Semitic and go and try and do business with
Exactly.
Skechers. It makes no
I mean,
sense.
that's if you call him anti-Semitic. But that aside,
So you're saying that he ain't.
again, I'm not going to get into all of that.
But you just said if you.
Oh, sorry. Just quickly before I go as well, E-Man.
Yeah.
If he was to say this or someone else,
If he was to what?
if you were the company, and someone said something bad about Louis Farrakhan, but it's like, I wasn't talking about the whole nation of Islam, just Farrakhan, would you take them on?
No, he wouldn't.
And
That's a
also,
good
and
question.
also, you're
This
that's
is a bit
the,
close to home.
I'm off here, Blair.
but with that
Hey,
saying,
big up you look, man.
Big up.
Thanks, Steph. Have a nice
Thank you
day.
very much.
Say for the call.
would you accept a racist
Yeah.
saying, "I'm not talking about all black people"?
What do you mean would I accept him? In what way?
Yeah, if a racist
As in,
says...
if a racist said, "Fuck black people, but not all blacks," are you going to give them grace because they said not all blacks?
No.
So why are you giving Kanye grace?
Did he say that to black people?
No, you said he's
okay.
talking about... No,
No, but I'm asking,
you
did he
said
say that
he's
to black
talking about
people?
some Jews,
but
not
it's
all
an
Jews.
example.
No, but he's not offending me.
You
What are you talking about?
said...
Yeah,
Oh,
but
E-Man.
E-Man, you could be smart and
E-Man.
answer the question.
No, so you
What I'm saying
want me
is,
to answer
if-
it as a Jew. Is that what you're saying?
What's your next word on road?
Marks, I'm gonna
It don't make no
race.
sense.
I need to be on
That
one.
makes,
Brent,
am I missing the point, Brent?
that makes perfect sense.
Wait. Okay, Brent, Margs, am I missing the point here? About the whole example that Yusuf just gave?
Don't get me involved.
Where's
You're-
your
Don't
like,
get me involved. Don't get me involved,
you're-
please.
you're-
I don't. I'm Kanye'd out.
He's
I'm sorry.
avoidant.
E-Man, you're saying that
Yeah.
Kanye is being... Well, the impression I'm getting from you is that you don't think he was being anti-Semitic, right? That's kind of the impression I'm getting. If I'm wrong...
You ain't gonna have to speak up about it. Keep going.
No. I don't like to interrupt. I
No,
like
no.
people to finish.
Yeah, but no, I've paused.
Okay, cool.
Was Kanye being anti-Semitic?
I could see why. No, wait.
I have four other things to talk about. You know, I'm about to push him to tomorrow.
I'm answering this question not in not for the reasons why you guys are saying it, not for the reason you guys are thinking. Brent would know why I'm answering this question this way.
And Brent's tired, I think.
No, he knows. He knows. Okay, I'll say yes.
You
Right.
do think he's been anti...
I'll say yeah.
So what have we done all of this for?
But you
Because
think,
this is gonna have to do with the business deal and the relationship.
but you think because he wasn't talking about all Jews, in your opinion,
Yeah.
right, that he can still seek out business with Jews because he wasn't talking about all Jews.
So are you talking about what makes sense for him to do? Is that what you're
No,
talking
I'm
about?
asking you a question.
Yeah.
Do you feel like, because you're the one who said he's not talking about all Jews, so you're almost in his corner to say, yeah, he's been anti-Semitic, but he's not talking about all Jews. That's what you said. So do you think it's fine? That's why I said, do you think it's fine for someone to say, I hate black people, fuck black people, but not all blacks? Because you're giving Kanye grace because you're saying he's not talking about all Jews. So why can't he go and seek business with Skechers? Because he wasn't talking about all Jews.
Okay, watch this. Let me make this very straight to the point so there's no misunderstanding here, right? He never said, I know you're not saying this, but he never said, F all the Jews, right? He said, I'm going to go DEFCON on Jewish people.
So what if someone said, I'm going to go DEFCON on black people?
Yeah, I wouldn't like it, 100%.
And
But that's not what we're disputing here.
no, I'm making a paralleled example. So
Yeah.
if I said,
But do you see why I'm kind of confused here? Because
no,
I'll tell you
don't.
why. I'll tell you why. Because you're asking me. Are you asking me to put myself in the position of a Jewish person now? Is this what you're asking me? Or you're asking me if I care that he said I'm going to go DEFCON Jewish people?
No, we're
I'm not
saying
Jewish,
no.
right?
We're
You know
saying,
what I mean?
the point
you're
we're making,
dancing
yeah.
and making it about you.
So what's the
I
question?
said,
what-
okay, let me just ask you a question one more time, right?
Yeah.
Is it okay for me to say, imagine I'm white, right? For me to say, fuck black people, fucking monkeys, but not all blacks.
But it's not okay.
And then,
No.
so why is it okay for Kanye to say,
But that's
to
what I'm
be
trying to say.
anti-Semitic?
When did he say that?
No, because
But
because it's
you're
okay.
defending him
Kanye
and saying he's
said-
not talking about all Jews. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, but so he's literally doing the exact
Yeah,
same
I'm just
thing.
paralleling it, but
it's
make
on
it about
black.
blacks.
Because
Do
you're
you know
saying
why it's
that.
different?
No, but you're saying that Kanye wasn't talking about all Jews.
Yeah.
That's why he's justified to go into sketches.
Exactly. So
No,
it's
no, no,
about
no.
that.
Oh, don't exactly
I'm not
me yet.
agreeing.
Let
I'm
me
not,
finish my
no,
point.
I'm not agreeing. I'm basically saying that's what it's related to. That's what it's related to. The fact about the Skechers thing. So you can't make an isolated thing and say, oh, is this okay? No one said it's okay. I'm not saying it's okay for Kanye. What Kanye West did was anti-Semitic, according to the world.
But you're in his corner saying he wasn't talking about all Jews though.
Because he said he wasn't, and he wasn't, and he
And
apologized to
that's
people
why
who
I
offended.
asked you, is it okay for me to be racist and say I'm not talking about all the race?
No, but again, Yusuf, you're talking about is it okay? It's not about is it okay. Is it okay for him to say that and then go to seek partnership with Skechers? That's what it's about.
So then say yes then.
So what?
To the fact that I can say fuck blacks but not all blacks.
And then go and get a deal with Trapstar. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
It's okay for you to do anything. But
well,
the reality is this.
If you
But the
broaden
reality is-
it into that sense, you could just do anything you want.
No,
Yeah,
but
of course.
but the reality is when you go to Trapstar, they'll escort you out of the building. It doesn't make sense to. Yes, I agree. It doesn't make sense to. But like you're asking me two different questions.
I'm not.
No, he's
I'm
really
not.
not. He's
You
really
are
not.
doing Michael Jackson, Billie Jean.
Bro, like I've never seen me walk like
You
this.
are
in my
doesn't make
life.
no
dancing,
sense. This
bruv.
doesn't.
It
Anyway,
makes
caller,
perfect sense. It
caller.
makes perfect sense.
Let's see what the caller's saying.
They're gonna call back just now.
I feel like
I
we've
am not
conflated
like
everything.
this.
here.
No,
Nah,
you.
I
do you know
feel
what?
like I've made a very good parallel
Yes,
example,
not
and
at
you
all.
are
Not at
dancing,
all.
So you, oh dear.
doing moonwalk.
You are saying to me again, right? Is it okay for a white person to say F black people, this, that, and the third? I said no.
No, it's not about that. It's they say F black people, but not all blacks.
Not all black
and
people.
Then, and then still
No.
go and seek out black business.
See, I added that to remind you what the point of the conversation is. It's about him going afterwards to go and seek a deal with this person. Does it make sense? Of course it doesn't make sense.
No, but you've been backing it the whole time.
No,
you have been.
Oh my
You've been
goodness.
in his corner, man.
I said from the beginning, if
Doing-
anyone was listening, I think this is the reason why he would have went there. You asked me, why do I think he went there? I said, because if he went there, he'll be trying to seek a deal in a particular way.
Why
That's
would
all
you?
I said.
Why would you seek a deal with the people you've just been bashing?
But I'm not Kanye West. I'm telling you what
Yeah,
I
but
think he
obviously
might
you
be
can always.
doing.
Even Kanye will not
Yeah, but
argue for
always
himself
you
the
can
way you
always
are.
go back and say, but I'm not Kanye.
No, because you guys are anyway.
Sorry,
caller.
caller. Good morning.
Hi, hello, morning.
What is your
Morning.
name?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Matthew. Hi, guys.
Thank you,
Hi,
man.
Good
Matthew.
morning. Good morning.
Nice strong voice.
So, sorry, I was just saying, oh, thank you. I was just listening to E-Man, and I think what he's saying is actually, what he's saying is like a story, and it makes sense. It makes sense from the perspective of Kanye's mind, meaning that he's saying to himself,
Oh my God.
I'm not talking about, so Kanye is saying, I'm not talking about all Jewish people. So I found Skechers who aren't the Jewish people I'm talking about. So maybe they will listen to me.
Thank you
And
very
maybe
much.
they will work with me.
Did you get it straight
But
away?
it's like-
wait,
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 sorry,
why do you
but
feel
hold
so
on.
validated for
Wait,
one
wait,
person's
wait, wait,
sorry,
for one
wait.
person's
because
Can we let Matthew finish, please?
yeah, go on.
Yeah, which means that the rest of us are looking at him like, you're mad because it doesn't matter that you didn't mean all of them. What you said is crazy. But he's thinking, maybe these Jewish people that are different have heard me and understand where I'm coming from, and I can partner with you. We know it's not right, but Kanye is on his own thing. I think that's very clear. I just wanted to say that.
Thank you very much.
All right, couple of questions, Matthew.
Man is quick.
Yeah.
Jump on.
All right, so
jump on Matthew's back, innit?
This
because he got it straight away.
Emmanuel,
Or 1 second, bro.
said-
Or he explained it better than you.
That's fine. But you
Maybe.
understand what I'm saying.
Maybe.
That's fine.
Listen.
Okay, Brent. Well, Brent,
But I
I
still
don't
think
think
you
Yeah,
anything
sorry,
that you
Brett.
said, Matthew, has been misunderstood in this room. I think it was clear that Kanye West believes that he can do anything. He can basically insult Jews, walk it back.
Yeah.
Sorry, he can insult black people, move the conversation to insulting Jews, walk it back, and then walk into an organization run by Jews and get a deal. We all
But
know.
I don't think it's that.
Sorry?
Yeah. I don't think it's that clear cut for him. I think he's thinking that there's nuance to what he's saying. He's thinking that and also this is what Imam was saying, it's potentially what he's thinking.
Yes, we're all
So one,
assuming.
yeah, like there's one argument that he could just be so mad and sold on his own thoughts that he thinks that he can just go and get another deal, or he's of the mindset that, oh, these people are listening to what I'm saying, and that means that I found Jews that don't fit the criteria of the ones I've insulted, and so I can work with you. And so for Yusuf to be saying, what is the reason? Why would he do that? And do you think he's justified? It's not really about our opinion. It's about putting ourselves in Kanye's shoes and just understanding why he's doing what he's doing. We already know he's off. Like, I don't think that's up for debate.
No.
Yeah,
But
but-
Matthew. Wait, Yusuf.
Yeah.
You just said we already know he's off. So that's your take,
Yeah.
right? Emmanuel, do you think that Kanye West is off?
Obviously, from what I'm saying, right, and this is very clear. Like, I don't even know why we.
Man, they've
Wait,
answered the question, bro.
Say yes or no.
Is he off?
What was the question I asked you?
Is he off?
Yeah.
Of course he's off. Of course he's off.
He's off.
All right.
Of course he's off.
Thank you very much.
He's off the
So,
mark.
Matthew, you've done-
wait.
The thing is, are we here trying to rationalize
This is it. Thank you very much.
the actions of someone we think is
All
off?
right, thank you very much.
That's
No,
mad.
Very much.
no.
Do you know what's getting? Do you know what's getting me? Getting my pennies in a bunch.
Like, we know
Is
it.
that
Yeah.
I'm just reporting word on road, bro. This is not a fucking topic of
Matthew,
the
you have
day.
done fantastic. Thank you very much.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Matthew. I thought what I was saying was very clear.
No, it wasn't.
It
But
wasn't.
You
your
now
voice,
said he's off.
Your
I'm
voice
done.
has made it.
I'm
Your
done.
voice has made it better.
We don't need to basically argue with you anymore because you also believe that he's mad. All right, thank you very much,
No, but
Matthew.
I thought.
All right, thanks, guys. Love the show, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you,
the
Matthew.
way you felt vindication from what he was saying
No,
is
because
hilarious as well.
somebody's listening. That's all it is.
No, we all listening to
No,
you,
you
bro.
couldn't have been because, like I said in the beginning, right?
No,
I
but
said
you're dancing behind very easy questions, bro.
I'm
like
not.
we know
I'm
Kanye,
not.
we know Kanye is off, so we're here trying to rationalize the actions of a crazy man. That goes without saying. What
That is madness in itself.
No, but I said from the beginning. It's like people are not hearing what I'm saying. I said from the beginning. Yes, it doesn't make sense. I actually said these words. So it's like you hear the word, disregard it, and then hear something else.
Sometimes
Matthew heard what I said.
Sometimes I think you fight for just the sake of it.
Because you know, when
Do you know what the
I
thing
even
is?
reported by reported,
Yeah.
the way in which you brought your opinion is what's led to all of. There was no need for this.
And now that
No.
Matthew said it, it's like, hey, I'm
right. Like,
I'm back in the race. Like,
Nah.
It's nothing to do with that. Remember, I don't need anyone to back me or.
yeah, but
at
you were
all.
mad excited when you were here, and you were like,
because.
But it's nice to
I'm
hear when
hearing
somebody understands you.
Of course,
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
I was acknowledging that he was excited.
No, that's fine because all it is I'm trying to highlight the fact that what I'm saying isn't rocket science, and the fact that someone can just articulate it means I must have said it in a basic way. We all understand English here.
All right.
I said
Nah,
it
the
very
thing
clearly.
is, when the man is scrambling, he wants to make it seem like you guys lack comprehension.
I've never scrambled here ever.
I'm
Not
making
once.
sense. You are dancing like Michael
I've never
Jackson,
scrambled here,
Billie
not once.
Jean.
Not once have I ever scrambled. I'm saying what I'm saying clearly.
Obviously not.
We're all on the same
Obviously not.
side.
We're
We're
all
all on the
confused.
same side.
Matthew
we all
wasn't.
think he's a bad man.
Matthew
All right,
wasn't.
let's go.
Shout out Matthew.
Word on road.
You know what? You lot stress me so much. My period pains are back. This is just mad. This is ridiculous. I don't even know if I want to. Nah, it's all right. I don't even if I can bother to continue with this. I'm gonna just breathe through it because I can't. I'm drained. Tory Lamez is love you too, babes. Tory Lanez is basically on house arrest for his fight with August Alsina. So he basically broke his bail conditions with the whole Meghan stuff. So now he's got to be inside until his court hearing about the Meghan shooting in November. So yeah, that's that. Next bit is Broderick Hunter, who's a model, and his beautiful girl as well, Mariama Diallo. They're engaged, very beautiful couple, absolutely stunning. I will read out her statement. So she said, forever with my best friend, beyond blessed to be sharing this next chapter and ever after with you. If you know us, you know how special our connection is. It's crazy how a love crossed our paths just weeks after I prayed for you. I am filled with so much gratitude. Thank you for loving me unconditionally, being so kind with me and patient. You are my best friend, and I thank God every day for this life with you. If you know where I am from, you know how against the grain this is, but I hope you know I am in great hands. We have been prepping for this for months and excited to be sharing this new journey with you. Next phase, nikah ceremony, mashallah. I love you and excited to spend forever with you. And then she also shouted at her friend who shot the like engagement pictures and stuff. It looks absolutely amazing. And she said, remember, this is my page and a safe space. No negativity will be tolerated. And I absolutely love that for her. So congratulations to them. Also, Yusuf talked about 21 Savage and Drake's album coming out on Friday. Well, that's been postponed. I reckon my next headline might be, my next word on road might be the reason why. But anyways, so Drake posted on the story yesterday. He said, our brother OVO 40 got COVID while mixing and mastering the crack, so he's resting up, and November 4th is her lost day. We'll see you soon. So the album's going to be out next week, which is good. Akuya is a massive fan of Drake, and her birthday's next week, so nice birthday present for her. However, the streets are saying Rihanna's got him shook because Rihanna is back. Rihanna is back in the game after 6 years of not releasing music, as in like her own song, not a feature. She's back with the first single off the Black Panther album, and it's going to be called Lift Me Up. And in more Black excellence with that is Thames is one of the writers on there. So it's written by, Thames is a co-writer, Ludwig Göransson, Ryan Coogler as well. The song is called Lift Me Up. It'll be out tomorrow. And it's also a tribute to Chadwick Boseman, which I think is really, really beautiful. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to it and seeing what's going on. So Thames, to quote Thames, she said, after speaking with Ryan and hearing his direction for the film and the song, I wanted to write something that portrays a warm embrace for all the people that I've lost in my life. I tried to imagine what it would feel like if I could sing to them now and express how much I miss them. That is so beautiful. And then she also said, Rihanna has been an inspiration to me, so hearing her convey this song is a great honor. I'm really, really looking forward to it. There's also word on the streets that SZA is back as well. But SZA's fans are so rude because they always call her a liar. So if the music is out tomorrow, we'll see. And I told you guys as well about Chloe Bailey and her song that's about Ghana. Are you going to add the girls on your rotation?
Yeah.
Oh dear, who are you not adding on? Chloe? You got to do it. Chloe's one is banging.
I wasn't going to do it, but now that you mentioned, I'll do it.
No, please. I know I'm going to enter that. So I love that song already. And I think the video's out as well for it.
Oh, cool.
It is super sick. Thank you, Yusuf. I appreciate it. Jesus is the Lord. Let's move on to the People's Journal. Okay? Thank you.
Oh, I'll give you news from an economics point of view. I'm going to be as short as Esther, as in after.
I was about to say. I'm going to walk out of here.
So the first thing, it's not really, I think it's economics because I feel like everything's economics, to be fair. But the first thing is about a new watchdog thing came out talking about children with afro-textured hair and how they shouldn't be prevented from wearing natural hairstyles at school.
Oh, wow.
Was that ever a thing when you was in school, though? Did you feel like there was some pressure to not have your hair in a particular way?
As in to have my natural hair?
Yeah.
So I schooled in two places. I schooled in Nigeria, which even Nigeria is like a uniformity thing. So some schools you have to cut your hair. Everyone has a low cut, or they kind of name you hairstyles. I went to a school where we had hairstyles like told to us on Fridays, and everyone has to come to school with it on Monday. But then when I moved here, I do know that I was definitely aware that my hair was not as silky as my white friends. and back then I permed my hair. So even when I had like new growth and stuff, they would point it out basically. So I was aware that my hair was different. I think that in terms of the institution itself, that would be more when it's like braids. Do you get what I mean? So if you do colored braids, for example, so with the white girls, if the white girls have red hair, blonde hair, ginger, whatever the color is, it's not a problem. Obviously not blue or green, but they can have different colors. But if I had like burgundy braids, it'd be a thing where that's not your natural color.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So that was the only...
Okay, and do you feel like that's a bad thing? So wait, when you're talking about white girls having like ginger, brown, this, as in they could change?
Yeah, so,
cool.
you know, Anna H could be, you know, you always had hella Annas in the school. But yeah, so she could have like blonde hair today and then come in tomorrow because over the weekend she's dyed it burgundy. And that's cool. But I will have, obviously I'm black, so the hair for my natural roots is black. If I come in the next day with like burgundy braids, they'd be like, oh, that's a bit distracting. Yeah, so.
Well, right now, the Equality and Human Rights Commission are saying that any school bans on hairstyles such as braids and cornrows and stuff, not even the colours, just like if there's a ban on braids and cornrows, that's now going to be treated as unlawful.
She's been treated as racist, really, but okay, we'll take that.
If they do not give exemptions on racial grounds. Yes, that's what it says. So school bans on hairstyles such as braids and cornrows are likely to be unlawful if they do not give exemptions on racial grounds. So so the guidance right now will not affect government policy, but is intended to help stop hair-based discrimination in schools. So I guess some of the things that you just mentioned there, hopefully that will kind of be, you know what I mean, like the catalyst to kind of prevent them type of conversations being had with students. You know what I'm saying? You want to come to school and express themselves, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you're giving preferential treatment to other groups and not everybody, basically. The next headline is basically about Shell. Shell as in, you know, the petrol company. They've beat forecasts as profits more than double, right? So basically, the energy giant said underlying profits reached $9.5 billion in the third quarter. And that compares to $4.2 billion during the same period last year. So it's crazy how all of us have got higher fuel prices, higher everything, and these guys are making even more higher profits, which obviously makes sense because obviously if we're paying more for it, then they would have more profits, you know what I'm saying, more income and whatnot. Like we said, so many times, the invasion of Ukraine is what pretty much sparked the whole oil and gas prices to rise. You know what I'm saying? And this was pretty much caused all of this, man. Between April and June, Shell reported a profit of 11.5 billion because of the oil prices at that time. They increased to, like, in terms of the barrel, oil prices for a barrel increased to $120, which is obviously far more than it was previously. I can't remember the figures before, but I remember mentioning it on the show before. Obviously, it's now causing, well, not now, but again, this highlights why so many people were talking about how governments need to impose the whole windfall tax on energy companies because that will kind of help everybody else. And obviously, we saw with, you know, Truss and Kwesi Kwarteng, they didn't want to do that. Keir Starmer is still pushing for it, but Rishi Sunak was actually talking about wanting to implement this whole windfall tax. So I think he's going to be going forward with that anyway. You know what I'm saying? And again, similar type of figures for the banks as well. Well, not Lloyd's Bank, pardon me. Their profits actually plunged 26%. Yeah, man. Yeah, so it actually went down. You know, Lloyd's, they own Halifax, right? And they're actually the country's biggest mortgage lender, right? And they pretty much said their pre-tax profits tumbled to 1.5 billion in the third quarter, which is down from 2 billion during the same period last year. That was larger than the 9.5% fall to 1.8 billion that a lot of these analysts actually predicted. So right now they're not doing too great, right? They said that their higher income was more than offset by the impairment charge in light of the deterioration of the macroeconomic outlook, right? And they actually put aside £668 million to protect itself against bad loans. So obviously the loans that they've given to people that I guess are not likely to get back, right? they've tried to put a certain amount of money to obviously keep them afloat and stuff like that. They're obviously not going to go into a crazy situation like Northern Rock did back in the recession over a decade ago, but it's still something that many people will be keeping their eyes on. But on the flip side of that, like I was saying, Barclays now, their profits have gone far past what they are forecasted. And yeah, they become basically one of the biggest banks to actually go past this particular thing. They pushed their earnings to 2 billion this quarter. Like I said, Lloyd's went down to 1.5 billion, far less than they were projected, but these guys have exceeded what they projected, and 2.5 billion. Yeah. What else was I going to say? Last thing is about cancels basically, and this I guess kind of affects us and stuff like this. Have you guys noticed that certain areas you go to now the speed limit's like 20 miles per hour? Probably been that way for a while.
Certain roads, yeah.
Yeah, even on like main roads as well.
Okay, I haven't.
Yeah. I think it's what's that road? Is it Essex Road? Yeah, I think it is Essex. Miles, what's that road that goes down to Angel? You know when you come up through Dorset and you turn left?
Yeah, Essex Road.
Essex Road, yeah. That's all like 20 miles per hour.
Okay.
And all that. This is a main road as well. But anyway, now, on top of that, councils are now looking to issue fines of £130 to anyone that's driving faster than 20 miles per hour.
Yeah, I got a fucking... Oops, sorry, my language. I got a speeding ticket for doing 24 and 20.
24?
I got to do speed awareness course.
Damn. At least it's speed awareness course.
Yeah, I'm living still.
Yeah.
That shit's 3 hours, bro.
24.
24 and 20.
I know they have to pay attention because people think they can just have it on. No, you ask you questions, you know.
Yeah.
It's about a class.
Serious?
Yeah.
Your mum thought she could just leave it on and just wander back. And they're like, no, ma'am, Sarah.
I thought you had to go into the building to do it.
You can choose.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
choose.
You can choose. So I chose to do it at home.
Yeah, I'll definitely do it at
By a
home.
speed camera, or was it like a camera?
Where's
that
your
caught you?
microphone?
Was that Mark?
You're getting that shit. I said, was you flashed by a speed camera, or was it like a normal camera that caught you doing it and they came back to you?
I'm not sure, I'm not sure. Well, the letter came from the police.
Wow. Oh, must have had a speed gun. You didn't notice.
Oh, is it?
I'm not sure it was, because it was at like 1 a.m. in the morning, like 1:30 a.m. So
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Is it like an average speed zone?
I think it wasn't a main road. It was like a little side road,
Okay.
like a little like what houses. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Because you know some areas have that. You know that sign that tells you what speed you're doing.
Yeah. I think it might have been that.
Do those? Can they take pictures and
if I'm
stuff?
I don't think they did, I thought they only monitored your speed and
Yeah.
then displayed it.
I'm not sure then, because when I got the letter, I was surprised.
But some of them call you out.
I was like, when did this happen? You know what I mean?
Some of them put like they'll be like 25, and then they'll put your whole registration number. Oh, whoa, buddy, you don't have to do that. Make a scene. It's
So
ridiculous.
Is yours like the course and the fine as well?
No fine, but you have to pay for the course.
How much is the course?
I think I had to pay like 90 something pounds.
Bloody hell.
How much would the fine be?
Well, now they're trying to implement a £130 fine.
But then you don't do the course.
You probably would do the course.
That's dead then. 'Cause I can't lie. Okay.
But it's good that they didn't do a whole points thing though, man.
Yeah, but to be fair, they give you the option, but
Oh, yeah, that's
who's going to choose points?
How come you have to pay for the course?
Yeah, I ain't surprised though. Like, I didn't expect not to pay anything. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I'm shocked by that. I thought it was free.
I didn't know that as well,
I just thought
You think that they'll just let you off and do
No,
it?
I thought the punishment was having to sit in a classroom like you're in school.
No, but they'll definitely try and make some money out of it. You know what I mean?
True.
Rogues, man.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, man. Council, well, specifically, it's Wandsworth Council. And they're looking to start issuing £130 speeding fines to anyone driving faster than 20 miles per hour, like I said. Yeah, man. Just bad news.
Boy.
But yeah, that's pretty much the end of the People's Journal.
Well, I
So
have-
with the Shell profits, how do you
Yes,
feel about that?
In what way, Brent? Like,
I'm not asking you a trick question. I'm not
yeah,
trying to
but
catch you
like
out.
in what way? Like, am I happy they made money?
No.
That's
Like,
what I'm
do you
asking.
think it's unfair that they made so much money?
Not at all.
All right, okay.
Unfair?
Yeah.
I don't think they did anything to make more money. It's just the circumstance. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Because of the Ukraine war.
Yeah, all of that bollocks, man.
So they had to put the prices up.
This guy.
I'm asking.
But it's not as simple as that, though, isn't it?
That's what, I don't know. I'm asking the economic guy.
Yeah, I mean, it's not as simple as that. I think the prices just will go up, innit? Because you've got less thing in it. You've got less competition. So the demand will increase. And if these particular people can't meet the demand and they have to go out of their way to actually try and meet the demand, that costs them more. And the price get put onto us.
Okay.
I remember the government already putting their crazy taxes on this before we even get it. So if the government, like I'm always saying, if the government kind of step back, reduce taxes, like I'm always saying, then we wouldn't be paying as much. You know, and I don't think we would have that big a problem with how much they're making, personally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we have a treat for you guys. Let's get into our second woke joke for today.
Again, woke joke. This one will be straight to the point.
So if you're leading it, we do not know where this could go.
I feel like I know what Yusuf's answer is going to be. But this is the question. What would I say to you guys? Yeah. What would you say if I said to you guys, Google is testing a vaccine to protect people from misinformation on the internet?
A vaccine, as in an actual vaccine,
Vaccine.
to protect people from misinformation in terms of how they interpret things.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. As in not, yeah, pretty much.
I had some shade to throw, but it was too soon.
That's never stopped you before. You've teased us and then you've told us.
Go on,
No,
Esther.
but I just thought if they're giving people vaccines so they don't misinterpret stuff and they can think a certain way, you might want to be first in line, you man. You might want to be the first one. And let us know how it goes.
I would say joke. I'll say joke.
Okay, you don't think it's possible?
Do I believe something can be formulated and that can be a thing? You know, anything's possible. Do I believe that this is actually something that they're trying to do and put in place now?
Okay.
I think it's actually possible. I think that the way this world is set up here, nothing is even surprising to me anymore. I do know misinformation is a big thing. And when I think of it, I'm trying to figure out how it would work. Are you like injecting people so it goes straight to their brain so their brain can filter things out? But then when I think of like what they want to, like what they do with like robots and like when I think of the amount of control that is really being passed in the world, doesn't sound far-fetched to me.
far-fetched.
Yeah.
What about you, Marks?
I think that maybe it's the fact that you're even mentioning it, there must be something in it. I don't know what they're trying. I don't know how it's going to be possible, but it's also, I don't know why people would even want to do it, because they're saying that to stop them from misinformation. But whatever the parameters they set up for that to even be feasible, it's going to be what they deem as good information. So then they're going to control.
Yeah.
Like, there's not even no telling whether it's the right or wrong information anyway. So then that doesn't even work for me personally. But yeah, if I don't know, can we unpack this more? How would they do that if they was going to do it?
Would you take it?
Of course not. I haven't even took COVID vaccine.
And also, the fact that you're asking means that it is something that they're doing, but you're asking whether or not we think it can work or not.
Not necessarily. Remember last week I made up 2 scenarios.
Yeah, but you gave us options. There's no options here.
Yeah, but I could have made this up.
You got a weird brain. You made this up.
You know that?
Of course he could make it up. Remember, he's telling us what Kanye's thinking.
Exactly. That's what I said. You
Make it
know,
up.
like,
Come on,
Yusuf. Who does this?
What about you, Ben? So what, you think it's true?
At 100%, I think it's true because everybody can do stupidness. But then again, I think it's not true because I believe that you knew that we'd be talking about certain things and you're like, let's throw some
just
money.
give me
I
two
think ask 2 questions. One, do you think E-Man made this up? All right, so is it a true story? Then the second question is, do you think this is actually something that could work?
Okay.
So
It's
first,
bollocks. Calling it a vaccine is stupid. So no, I think it's a joke.
Okay, cool. As in, so let's no to both of Yusuf's questions.
I wasn't listening.
The first question is
Did he make it up?
is this a real story or did E-Man make it up?
I think it may have been on a site that is stupid.
Okay.
So it could exist. He could have plucked it from somewhere.
Yeah.
But I don't think that Google's making a vaccine
Yeah.
to basically put into people's body
Yeah.
to allow
Yeah.
them to decipher what is
Yeah,
true, what
yeah,
is not.
yeah.
yeah, I don't think it's a vaccine. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm still on joke.
How'd you even test that? Actually,
Okay.
yeah, that
What
was a good
if-
joke.
But you know I can see your screen.
This is why I want you to read it out.
Google is testing a vaccine to protect people from misinformation. I should have known anyway. 'Cause I've been looking right at you the whole time. Because it wasn't
where
like...
did the article come from?
Don't worry about where it came from.
Nah, we need to worry.
It was in the Standard, but because I'm not signed up, I had to get it from another article.
Okay.
I'm just wondering
So
just
would you guys
how,
take it?
how would that... No.
No.
Why? Because y'all think that your brain's
My brain is too
oily
precious
enough?
to be tampered. My brain is too precious to be
I don't
tampered with.
understand. Obviously, none of us are scientists here, but when you say take it, like, how do you think? What does that? How do you think that works? Like, what happens?
I'm trying to figure out in my mind how it would work, like scientifically. Like you see a statement, and this vaccine gives you the abilities to fathom whether or not this is true or false.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, is this? Am I Professor X?
You're getting there. You're getting there, Yusuf. But I have to combine it with what Margs was saying earlier as well, because both of you was getting there. Because Margs was saying, let's unpack this more. Because are we looking at a vaccine in the traditional sense? Should we try and look at it in a different way?
So it's just messaging.
Maybe. Because what's a vaccine? You know what I'm saying? Like maybe we're looking at too literal in terms of actually going somewhere, getting an injection in your body.
When you first said vaccine, I was thinking this can't be an actual injection.
Okay.
Because that doesn't make any sense to me.
All right,
I know I'm not a scientist, and I'm sure there are chemicals that affect the brain and thinking. There are medication that affects the brain and thinking, but I didn't think this is an injection.
Yeah.
All right. So another site has said the researchers found that psychologically inoculating internet users against lies and conspiracy theories by preemptively showing them videos about the tactics behind misinformation. So just education.
Yes. But we didn't need you to do Google's, man.
No, but
you're on the other side. You're meant to be listening.
Sorry,
and contributing.
I apologize. I didn't. I'm guessing now that you used the word vaccine.
No.
The article said vaccine.
Yeah.
Then this is not what a more reputable website has said.
So the article has done what you're saying is misinformed.
I think
us.
you found it from BuzzFeed, right? So they just went for clickbait.
No. Remember I told you it was on the Independent, but I'm not signed up in it, so I couldn't get the full article, so I had to Google it and then find it somewhere else. But basically, it's what Brent said. So basically, what they're trying to do is, in the same way a vaccine will kind of give you a dose of that particular disease, right? So your body can get used to it. Google's trying to find ways to give you a dose of misinformation, so that you can better identify what other misinformation is out there. That's basically what they're saying. And what they're saying is they're actually testing it in Cambridge University. And they're saying that that's probably a much better way of kind of controlling the misinformation that's out there, as opposed to actually flagging content and deleting it. That's basically what they're saying, right? So, okay, so you guys are, I guess...
So I think I must have this vaccine already then, because I can do that.
There you go.
Honestly, the way I look at things, if there's anything that's going on, if there's two like major opposing views, and like people are putting the information out into the world and swearing by it, I just take it as whatever I believe is the truth, and whatever they're saying that I could decipher as, or like in my opinion, is nonsense, then I'm saying that's the misinformation. Does that work? That means I don't need the vaccine because my brain does that for me all the time.
You can do it, yeah. But in the same way, I guess some people can, like I guess us who didn't take the vaccine or whatever for COVID. You know what I mean? You don't necessarily need it, but there's some people who are vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? They got underlying health conditions. You know what I'm saying? They're Alex Jones fanatics and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So who knows? But okay, so that's the first layer to the question, yeah. The second thing is, if this is the case, which it is, obviously, we've established that, they're testing it in Cambridge University and all sorts, right? Do you feel like there's, like, this could be the new way of, like, spreading propaganda then? Because it's like, essentially, you're telling me what is misinformation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, now, it may not work as much on us because we're adults and stuff, but the kids all use YouTube and whatnot now from a younger age. Could you then... Could we get a kind of like a North Korea situation where misinformation is what the government tells us is misinformation?
Yeah, I believe so.
Do you feel like, I guess the answer for the question for today is pretty much, do you feel like this is a new tactic that the government's trying to use to kind of control our thinking?
I would definitely believe that, because I always question something that the government proposes, which is deemed to be in the betterment of society. I always question it because I think I kind of think ill of the man and the government. So I'm always like, what's your agenda here? What's behind this? Why do you want to do this unprovoked? And it's normally in their favor, in my opinion.
What about you guys? You feel like there's an underhanded thing here? Is this really to? Let me rephrase the question. Is this really to help the public from decipher misinformation, stay away from it, or is this a way to kind of feed us information and have us believe in a particular thing?
I think it's to feed information and have us believe in a certain thing, because the biggest thing we've seen misinformation with was to do with COVID and blah blah, and what that did was that affected the government, that affected people's levels of trust with the government and with authority in society and with the leaders of society. So it is in their favor to censor all this stuff and keep a handle on it, so that what they want can be pushed. So I think it's for them. I don't think it's because they're doing it out of the goodness of their heart and they actually care what information people take in, because information is hidden from us all the time. From when we're in school, there's so much that we don't learn about that we should know about, and all of that stuff is for a reason. So, yeah.
Okay. How about you, Max?
I'm onto these people anyway, so I'm the most distrusting. I'm probably the most distrusting person in the world. I'm not a conspiracy theorist like that. Like, I believe every single one. But I feel like any conspiracy you got, if you can try and explain it to me with anything resembling logic, like, I will hear it out, because I don't trust nothing they tell you. I think like not one single thing, and anything they do is for their own benefit. Like, they're definitely like the enemy of the people. So yeah, I'll go with that. I don't trust. That's my constant frame of mind. I don't trust these people.
Okay. I guess that's free wokes. Ben, what were you saying?
Sorry, what was the question? I just want to make an announcement.
Yeah.
This is a free service you guys are getting, and we're not asking for much to like the video, but people are going on as though I'm being a dictator, asking you to like it. As God is my witness, we can remove the live element of this show until you guys understand how free this is. I don't care if you all think I'm an animal. All of us are making a sacrifice to come here to give you guys this every single day. And all I'm asking for is a like. It's annoying. Like, it's getting my head hot.
Yeah, because y'all come out here.
Yeah, just
cussing,
I think once you go
What's
on,
going on here?
once you log on, just press like.
Literally.
Like, I've always find it bemusing that people just don't hit the like. It's not like we're asking you to go to the shop.
Yeah, like.
Just hit the like.
Or enter your card details.
You just press it, innit?
That's it.
I've never understood.
I've never understood either.
Yeah,
Maybe people just don't like the content.
Then
They're
why,
tuned in every day.
then why are they watching?
We're tuning every day.
Because really and truly, unless you're, I don't know, if there's 200 people in the chat, I assume there should be 200 likes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, honestly.
Right.
You might have to stop the live for a little
We
bit.
just end this poll here. The question was, who was correct? We have 45% for Emmanuel and 55% for the rest of us.
No.
So
That's that on that.
coalition things, in it.
This guy.
All right, continue.
That's it then.
Altogether, that makes 100%. It's all right.
You just try and hold on to any win you can, wouldn't you?
Hey, TD wins, man. That's what matters.
No, he won clear, to be fair, when you look at the numbers.
No, but if you deep it, everybody was listed, right? And everybody else other than Emmanuel was against Emmanuel.
Yeah, so...
Well, was Marcus against Emmanuel?
Yeah.
I wasn't
Wait. It's not your turn, Mr. Pum Pum Father. Do you think
because-
Kanye is a madman?
Didn't everyone say that, though?
I'm Kanye'd out. What I will say is...
and why is that? It's not because he's
No, it's just because
doing
I'm done with
foolishness.
Kanye. What I will say, some of you that won't like this, is you man are always going on like E-man's crazy when he's talking, and you just don't want to listen to the stuff that he's saying sometimes.
Boo.
do you know what it is? Okay, do you know
Thank
what?
you, man.
No. You know what? You guys have done it now. You've woken me up. I have an issue with Thank you, Brent. I have an issue with that. Someone will say something, and because I do not agree, it automatically means I'm not listening to you. I hear you loud and clear.
Yeah.
And I think that if you were listening to us, you would understand what we were trying to say. So this whole, people are not listening, the comprehension thing is being thrown about as well. It's
because
not
you do the comprehension thing to the listeners, you do it to us. It's always like if someone doesn't agree with you, oh, you must lack comprehension.
No.
That's always your go-to.
No, but do you know why?
It's not that.
Let me tell you why. Do you know why?
I'm not gonna lie, the chats agree with me, so I don't know what's going on.
Listen, the killies don't count. The killies
These
will
are
never
not
have a say on
killies.
this
These
platform.
these are serious. Actually, the killies are serious people.
I
These ain't killies. There's no bias in this chat. There's no bias in this chat.
You said they're proper citizens.
The only reason I say that is because I feel like, again, it's just my opinion. I feel like when I'm saying a particular thing, I usually say near the beginning of what I'm like my long, monologue, that I usually say something, right?
Yeah.
And you guys will act as though you didn't hear that particular part. And that's why I always have to come back and say, no, but I said this first.
Do you know
I said I agree. I said I understand. I said this, da-da-da-da-da. But I'm also trying to present another side to the
Yeah,
argument.
but we're arguing against this new side. Like, we've acknowledged what you said before, but I'm just going against what you're saying now, innit?
Yeah, you moved it on to a different thing, and he was
Yeah.
arguing the thing, but you keep thinking
No,
that it was-
I'm just basically responding to what Esther was saying about, like, in general, like how I normally would, present something. I
Yeah,
would normally
because
say my first thing.
Can't lie, people are out here in the comments doing pity party. Oh, where is Emmanuel? Shut up, bro.
the thing is,
Because I'm blocking all of you that are missing
he's
you off.
gonna come back and do something exactly like this again.
Oh my God.
Honestly, like, it's not lack of comprehension. It's not listening. I just think it's just like sometimes as well. Like what we're talking about is so clear, but you're like the point is here, but you're doing this. The point is here. Like even sometimes I'll be like yes or no. No, you're just telling me something else. I'm like that's not even what we're talking about.
No, because I feel like sometimes some questions can't be answered with a yes or no. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like that's how it is in life. Sometimes you have to interrogate a bit further and look at it from a different angle. It's kind of like, what was we talking about earlier today? There was something else. I can't remember.
The black thing.
Yeah, it was in that conversation, but I can't remember what the example would be. I can't remember. But yeah, I just feel like some things are not as easy as yes or no. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's all.
Yeah. What people don't know, or what it is, I know, because myself and Emmanuel talk about this stuff after the live's finished.
Here we go.
Oh, I shouldn't say it?
No, I don't know what you're going to say.
Or would you like to hear it?
Yeah, go on,
You want to give me grace?
This guy.
Emmanuel is rooting for Kanye to come up with a grand plan to basically help black people in the holistic manner. And we just don't believe that's the case. We believe that he's self-serving, but Emmanuel's holding out very, very tight.
Maybe you should do a poll to see if people believe you.
Oh, wait.
Do you know what's mad?
Wait a minute.
No, I do
Wait a
believe him
minute.
because that's what you do.
Wait, you...
I do.
When,
What do you mean?
Esther, you were here when we were going back and forth
Yeah.
after the live, right? Emmanuel, please don't try to...
No, I won't do that. Go on.
But you just did.
No. I didn't do anything.
No,
bro.
but you know it's because you didn't. What did Brent say?
He said that I'm holding out for.
No.
Kanye
Just now
West.
he said, Emmanuel, please don't try to. What was it he said?
Don't do it or something.
See, because you didn't listen to him. While you say we don't listen,
No, but he did. That's
You
what
didn't
he said. I
listen.
just did it. He said, "Man, you just did it."
yeah, because he said, I think you said please don't try to lie, isn't it?
Yes.
No, he said that earlier. He
No,
said that
just
earlier.
now, and then you said I won't, and then he said you already
just
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just did it. That's what he said. I heard him.
Anyway, we will be back here
This is
and we'll point out
just-
again how Emmanuel's did the same thing again. I'm just letting you guys.
You have to point it out because I'm done.
I don't even know what Ben's talking about. But anyway, sorry.
No, Kanye's not finished, is what I'm saying. Like,
Huh?
Kanye's not finished, is what I'm saying. He's going to keep on showing his bum. So we'll be back here.
Yeah, but
All right,
We'll
cool.
be back here.
we definitely need to have a talk after this because I'm not reporting on him anymore. Anyone who wants to take on the Kanye Word and Rose segment,
Kanye
like,
report.
I was
man.
in the comments and I was with the people because people were sick of it. Do you know how bad it was? Yeah, they wanted me to talk about like the City Girls or something fighting, and they know I hate that shit. They didn't mind that. So
I think everyone's pretty much tired of hearing the Kanye thing over and over.
Yeah.
But it's because it's just new things in the news. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, but
We have
Kanye's
to
gonna
do our
keep
job.
doing new things, and so I'm sitting here to let you know, unless this man. Basically, I don't think I'm going to talk about Kanye until 2023. I don't think there's anything he could say anymore. Something drastic. The only time, I'm going to talk about Kanye when Kanye checks himself into a mental health hospital.
I bet sound crazy.
That's the only time.
Okay, all right. Can we make a deal? Just for the benefit of those who want to know. Because remember, people don't listen to the news. They listen to TDA. So, my deal is, keep talking about Kanye, but I'll be...
Who keeps talking about Kanye? Do you not understand that this name is not leaving my mouth again?
Just only if it
Or
falls
just
into
do
word
a
of
vote
mouth.
before the show based on what the story is.
I won't say anything.
No, because do you know what? Do you know why I even clocked at when we were talking about this?
Yeah.
I was set up. Do you know why I was set up? Kanye was never in my word and road today. E-Man put it there. So it was during that back and forth with Yusuf. I said, Esther, you idiots, you did this.
Oh my days.
I never want. I said I was not talking about him anymore. I'll be honest. I'm not voting. All I'm gonna say is, word on road is word on our road, innit? So I'm going to cover everything but Kanye. If anything Kanye does is so big and you lot are dying to talk about it, then I am happy to give you my word on road hat for that segment to do it.
I can't do word
That's
on
fair.
road.
That's fair.
No, that is fair because honestly, it's starting to affect my mental
I'll
health.
just incorporate it into people's journal.
Yeah,
I can't tamper with word on road.
That's fine, and I appreciate that. And Kanye is done tampering with word on road.
Hey, Kanye, you're on timeout.
And I'm a Christian. I love to give grace, but I'm graced out. I can't anymore.
All right, cool.
Kanye is also a Christian, apparently.
I don't know.
That's right. You had a Christian album.
I'm not gonna touch on that. I told you that I'm going for a lot at the moment. I just can't. I'm not taking that on. Let's just get into the next headlines, please.
Let's do it. So, yesterday we spoke about this briefly. And this is like a follow-up to that. So Foreign Secretary James Cleverly has said that LGBT football fans who attend the World Cup in Qatar should show a little bit of flex and compromise. Speaking to LBC on Wednesday, he told fans travelling from England and Wales to be respectful of the host nation where same-sex activity is illegal. Within hours, the Prime Minister's official spokesman said LGBT fans should not be expected to compromise who they are if they visit Qatar for the World Cup. Labour called Mr. Cleverly's remarks shockingly tone-deaf. In a separate interview with Sky News, the Foreign Secretary reiterated his message when asked how the government was pushing for LGBT equality in Qatar. He said, "These are Muslim countries. They have very different cultural starting point cultural starting point than us. I think it's important when you're a visitor to a country that you respect the culture of your host nation. The decision to stage the World Cup in Qatar, a country where homosexuality can be punishable by death, has been criticised by LGBT groups. Earlier this year, LGBT organisations engaged in the FIFA said, progress has been slow in ensuring the safety of LGBT fans and that reassurances from Qatar had not been adequate. Some footballers have been taking a defiant stand in support of the LGBT community in the run-up to the World Cup. Footballer Harry Kane has said he intends to wear his One Love rainbow captain armband during World Cup matches, even if it's not approved for use by the football's global governing board, FIFA, which runs the World Cup. FIFA regulations state that a player's kit and other basic compulsory equipment must not have any political, religious, or personal slogans, statements, or images.
The LBC streets were going crazy about this yesterday, boy.
What's the word on the LBC
The 411.
streets?
Oh, it's just outrage, isn't it? They're onto Qatar. They're saying, well, I don't know. Obviously, it's mixed. They're saying like, obviously, this is what England do. They use their presence to help other countries and stuff like that. Because people are saying like, right, you should abide by the laws of other countries. But they're saying, but right, what if the laws are wrong? Basically, like, you get me? They're going back and forth. Because some people are saying it's not your place to say what's wrong and what's not, and then the human rights thing and. It's all mad. Someone I think it was an English person that lived in Qatar or something, was phoning up saying that a lot of the stuff that they see in the media and the way it's portrayed over here is not actually like that. The experience, like living over there, like, so even when he was saying like tone it down, it was like certain things like maybe like holding hands in public, but they're saying like them public displays of affection are not allowed for any sex kind of thing. And they're saying if a men and men was holding hands down the road, they probably wouldn't say anything. But then if you kiss them in public, they're going to say something. He's saying like he's been told to not do that with his wife. You get me? So it's just like respecting people's cultures and whatnot. Obviously, it's a deep argument, isn't it? Because when you get into the human rights things and what's wrong and what's right and rare, but I don't know. There is something to be said of because when it's other situations, like what we was talking about, I think it was with Russia and stuff like that. When it's other situations, like people are talking about respect people's laws and stuff like that. And that's what I said yesterday. I wasn't even being funny. Like literally the only thing is because you don't agree with it. Like if it was a popular belief, like what Brent was saying and we did the truth, if it was popular belief that it was cool, they'll be cool. You get me? Everybody's got different morals and different mindsets. So it's a hard one. I don't really have an opinion on it like that. I think they should just if they put the World Cup there. I'm a football fan. I just want to see it, so just go and play. But obviously, people from other communities are gonna feel different. People from the LGBTQ community ain't gonna want to go over there. They're all football fans and stuff. So it's a weird one. I don't really know, but I don't have an opinion on it.
Cool. All right, and our next headline is a UK drill rapper was killed in Ilford. So messages of condolences have been shared for a drill rapper understood to be one of two people shot dead in an Ilford shooting. The Met Police say that they're not yet in a position to publicly confirm the identities of two men, aged 23 and 30, who were killed in Henley Road at 12:16 a.m. on Tuesday. However, the Recorder, which is the Ilford newspaper, understands that the drill rapper Giddy, who's part of a group called Drillford, was among one of the victims. Friends and family named the victim as his Instagram page was flooded with comments such as RIP. The musician, who's of Somali heritage, is understood to have been part of a turf war with a rival East London gang. Speculation has spread online about the identity of the second victim, but it has not been confirmed. Police said that families of both victims have been informed and are being supported by specially trained officers. Another 30-year-old man who was also shot at the scene remains in a life-threatening condition in hospital. A recent appeal by police have revealed that a car linked to the shooting was recovered in Ronnie Lane near Manor Park. According to the appeal, a number of people were inside the house at the time of the shooting. The detective, who's Detective Inspector Matt Reed from the Specialist Crime Command, said this was a tragic incident that resulted in two men losing their lives and the third man being critically injured. We are in contact with their families and will support them as they come to terms with this awful news. We are still in the early stages of the investigation and are working to establish exactly what happened. I believe there were a number of people at the house in Henley Road at the time of the shooting, and I would encourage them to come forward as a matter of urgency. And that's the
I got this story wrong because when I heard it, I thought the police shot them.
No.
Okay, yeah, I definitely heard that all wrong. I heard that on Tuesday, but it said 2 men died and 1 man got injured. But I thought the police done it for whatever reason. I don't know what I was doing. Confused.
But yeah, man.
All right. Well, let's get into the reaction. Our sports headlines.
Okay, so this week was Champions League, innit, basically.
Yeah.
And yesterday was a bunch of games. I just want to read off some of the scores. Club Brugge lost to FC Porto 4-0 at home, by the way. Inter Milan beat FC Victoria Pilsen 4-0. Ajax lost to Liverpool 3-0. Atletico Madrid drew by Leverkusen 2-2. Barcelona lost at home to Bayern Munich 3-0. Eintracht Frankfurt lost 2-1 to Marseille at home. 1-2-1 against Marseille at home. Napoli beat Rangers 3-0 at home. And Tottenham Hotspurs drew 1-1 with Sporting Lisbon.
You say Barca out of there?
Yeah, Barca in Europa.
And Juve as well.
I think is there another round of games or is it done now?
I think there's another round,
Because
but I think Juve are done.
Because I saw a little chart earlier that said teams confirmed in the Europa League, then there's teams that could still dump down. So I don't think it's over yet.
Okay.
Because I think there are another round of games. No, but there's some teams that have qualified already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch any of the games, like the Tottenham one?
No, I didn't. I was out yesterday, so I didn't get to see any matches.
Oh yeah, of course.
That young boy scored a good goal though.
For Tottenham.
The ex Tottenham. He's playing in Portugal now. What's his name?
Let me see.
We say ex-Spurs player, you say?
Yeah, he was from the academy and that, innit? He's in Portugal. He's at Lisbon now. He's playing. He's good. He had a good game against them the first time they played as well. I think he scored last night. What's his name?
Let me find it.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Talented kid. He's English.
I'm not sure who you're talking about, to be fair.
Let me find the
Edwards.
Yeah, Edwards. There you go. Yeah. He's good. English shoot. He's gone over there. He's been over there for a little while.
Marcus Edwards.
Okay.
Yes. But yeah, in that game, like Conte got sent off, you know.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Why?
So basically, he was fuming at a decision that disallowed decision to disallow Harry Kane's late winner in the game, where they drew 1-1 with Sporting Lisbon. Spurs thought they had come from behind to beat the Portuguese side and book their place in the Champions League knockout stages when Kane swept home from close range in stoppage time. But after a lengthy VAR check, the England captain was ruled to be offside, meaning Spurs will have to avoid defeat away to Marseille next week to qualify for the last 16. So Conte was sent off for his reaction to the decision and admitted he was still very upset when he took his one and only question from reporters in the press conference after the game.
Yeah, their group's quite tight actually. So you've got Tottenham on 8 points, Sporting on 7 points, Frankfurt on 7 points, and Marseille on 6 points. So yeah, the group's tight.
And they're going to Marseille, innit? For that last game.
Yeah.
So
tight group, man. It's tight group. I think the last round of games are next week, I believe.
Well, I think they're still there because they only need a draw, and they should be fine.
Yeah, I prefer them to proceed. To be fair, I'm not trying to see stronger teams fall into the Europa League, man. I need Arsenal to have a nice little path to the final. But yeah.
All right, and the last headline's about Conor Benn, man. So now we've got a bit of an update, and Conor Benn has relinquished his British boxing license, and the hearing on October 21st upheld the allegations of misconduct. Benn, however, has criticised the unfair and biased procedure from the BBOC, which is the British Boxing Board of Control, and says the misconduct allegation was not in relation to a failed drugs test ahead of his cancelled fight with Chris Eubank Jr. It was revealed just days before the scheduled catchweight fight, which was due to take place on October 8th, when an adverse analytical finding for trace amounts of a fertility drug showed up in one of his tests, which was conducted by VADA. The BBBOC prohibited the bout against Eubank Jr., which was due to take place at the O2, stating that the fight was not in the interest of boxing. They released a statement on Wednesday, basically saying Conor Benn was called by the board of the BBBOC to attend a hearing to deal with allegations of misconduct. The hearing took place on 21st of October. On the morning of the hearing, Mr. Benn voluntarily relinquished his license with the BBBOC. In accordance with its rules and regulations, the board determined the allegations following the hearing at which Mr. Benn was legally represented. The allegations of misconduct against Mr. Benn were upheld. So what do you guys think? Do you think he cheated? Do you think he's trying to... What do you think?
Was that stuff what was that bed transplant stuff? Was that just people online chatting rubbish?
Well, I didn't hear anything about that. Beard transplant.
Yeah, I see that he had he had a bed transplant or something, and they were saying that must be where the I don't know if he was on some drugs for. That's where the discrepancies come from. I don't know if that's woke or joke or like. But I did see it though.
Yeah, man, it's not looking good for him because people are now questioning, wait, why are you relinquishing your license for? You know what I'm saying? Are you trying to get away from? Because obviously, if he hasn't got a license, then how do you ban him?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like people are thinking that's the angle he's trying to take.
But
he's one step ahead of the game.
So then, what's his plan then? Relinquish his license and then what? Wait a couple of years and
maybe
apply for it again or what?
Yeah, or maybe fight in other countries.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know. People are then saying at the end of the day, it doesn't really stop the ban from being implemented because if they ban it for let's just say 2, 3, 4 years, they may backdate it to that time when the actual substance was found.
Yeah.
So even if he gets his applies for the license again, maybe in 2 years' time, it's still gonna cover the ban will still cover it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So I don't know. Yeah. Apparently, Conor Benn's also saying that he still wants to come out with a statement. I think he's got an article coming out with the Daily Mail in the next few days, maybe tomorrow. The next few days, kind of giving his side of the story, innit? But at this point, I don't think anyone believes him.
It's looking kind of shaky.
Yeah, and I also found out, heard, I should say, that this is the second time he's actually tested positive for this drug.
No way.
Yeah, I heard it the second time. I don't know how true that is, but I heard it the second time. But again, this would have been earlier in his career where no one really cared about him. You know what I'm saying? But again, it kind of shows a pattern of behavior and that, you know, he's been relying on it, I guess. And now everyone's questioning his previous fights.
That's not right, though, is it?
What do you mean?
Them questioning his previous fights because of past indiscretions.
I mean, why not?
Interesting.
Surely you'll understand that, right?
Interesting.
There you go. I understand it. Very clear.
Interesting.
I said that before. Those are my words. I understand, Brent. Yeah. He may not have did it, but I understand why you think it. You know me, I'm consistent, man.
All right.
But yeah, that's the situation right now, man. But yeah, I don't think we're ever going to get the Conor Benn Eubank fight ever again, man, to be fair.
Shame.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the end of the reaction.
All right, let's get into Done Out Here.
What are we gonna do on Done Out Here? Let's make this short and sweet. I haven't even had time to check this. Actually, I don't know if I should do this.
Is your microphone?
Sorry, user. It's here. I keep blocking it. My bad. Quick, short and sweet one. There's not much going on in the world today. Trigger warning. Kids are going AWOL, man. They're going AWOL in Kent, man. We've got a mass shooter, Zach Rampage.
His name is
Can't understand.
Rampage.
I'm thinking, is that his actual name or that's his tag or something?
His name's Zach Rampage, and
Wow.
and he went on a rampage. Basically, he's a marshal. Yeah, he's a marshal. He's a paintballing marshal, and he was the only adult at a kids' party, and he took like 15 kids away to go and do paintballing, like away from their parents into the forest, just to start their day. We've all been paintballing before. We know how it goes. This psychopath started attacking the kids.
Boy.
No, I'm telling you, he started shooting up the kids with their paintballs, like in their crutches, like in their manhood, in their necks and thing, in their legs. These are 9-year-old babies as well. You get me? Running around calling them C words. I think it's cunt, but the other letters I blocked out. I think that's what they call it. I think that's what he's calling them. And he's just running around, he's just terrorizing the kids for no reason. He shot out a bear of them. The parents didn't know what was going on until some of the kids went home and explained their terrorizing ordeal. You get me? And just basically just said, like, this guy just terrorized us for no reason. I could see images here. These men got, like, like shots in the neck, leg. Anyone who's been paintballing as well, yeah, and been peppered with paintballs, yeah, knows that it hurts. You know what I'm trying to say? You shooting 9-year-olds in the balls is crazy. We want to give them the best chance in life. Like, you're holding them down from the jump. And I don't know why he done this. He's only young. He's 19, but this is his job. Like, I don't know what he thought. I don't know if he's having a bad day. I don't know if he wanted to get sacked. Actually, did he even get sacked? He must have got sacked, innit? He went to court for 15 counts of, I don't know, like child abuse or something. No, assault, sorry. 15 counts of assault and cruelty to childs under 16 or something like this. But justice didn't prevail today. He bust the case. He won't be facing no prison time. He was handed a community order, 18 months, 150 hours community service. And this psycho's been allowed to go on the streets. You get me? I don't know if he's practicing or what. I was reading it. I just didn't understand.
Yeah, because I'm thinking about it.
Why he done it?
Even if what would he have gone jail for? Because you know, with paintballing, like, we've all agreed to be here. Everyone knows there's a risk involved.
No.
Shot.
Firstly, the marshals do have guns and stuff like that, yeah. But the marshals are there to protect and to control the game, keep everything in the confinements of the game, make sure people are safe. All of these things, they got like a duty of care to look after people.
So not take part in the game.
I think they can sometimes, but for the most part, they're there as chaperones and all these things, isn't it? Like security, whatever it may be. Okay. And these kids are 9 as well. Get me? And it's not like he was all fun and games and jokes, because then he would have just had the attitude from the jump. I don't know, like he done it like away from the parents, like before the thing started. I don't know if he just wanted to rap. I can't speak for him or think for him. I don't know what he was doing, but it was definitely wrong because it was enough to like hurt the kids and mess up their experience and bring him to court. You get me? So whatever he done, he overdone it. Do you get what I mean? Like whatever he was thinking, whatever he was trying to do, like he overdone it. I don't know why he tried to distress these poor little kids for no reason. I've actually never heard anything like that.
Try to rationalize it.
Because I'm really trying to were they rooting him on the way there? Like, were they rooting him on the way there? Was he having a bad day? One of them call him a... I don't know, like...
Let me get into the mindset of a psychopath.
Thank you. I might need to chime in at any point in time if you want.
All right, Brent.
Joe, tap into your inner Kanye.
Also,
what would Kanye do?
Also, there's a Kanye update if anyone cares.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I don't know how poignant it is. Should I play the clip?
Yeah, well, Esther can read that.
It says, well,
Esther will quit right now.
Kanye West officially apologizes to the Jewish community and cuts ties with himself. Should I play it?
So Kanye's cut ties with Kanye.
Yeah.
Okay, wow. Thank God.
Let me just hold on.
About time.
Do is start off as a samurai. So before God, what I would do is start off as a samurai and say, I'm sorry for hurting you as a Jewish person. I'm sorry for the way that made you feel. And I'm sorry for the entire population of a race that I feel is actually my brothers, because I classify and feel that I'm also connected with Christ in that way, that my people came from Africa in that way. And I can't say it's this exact teaching or that exact teaching, but I feel that there's an important, the sons of Abraham, however we want to word it, right? For us to come together and bring our different talents together to serve God collectively. And he, as much of an alien as I am, he did not call for me to alienate. So before God, what I would do is start off.
Yeah, that's it.
Where's the apology? I didn't hear the apology.
Yeah, he said it.
You said yeah.
I would like to apologize.
So
who's Ari Emanuel? Is that someone that he just said, Ari Emanuel, I lost $2 billion in one day and I'm still alive. This is love speech. I still love you. God still loves you. The money is not who I am. The people is who I am.
Yet you brought the money 3 times in that one sentence. All right. Well, if Kanye's really done with himself, who am I to be on him?
Did he say? I guess there's more to the.
Yeah, no, that was only a 43-second clip.
Yeah. Is this on his YouTube? He's been doing a marathon on YouTube, boy.
This is on Shade Barrow. This is what.
Was he sat down in a podcast?
Yes, he's sitting down with someone.
Was it Lex Friedman?
It's just the camera's just on him.
No, that's an old flipping thing. That's 2 days ago.
Is that Lex?
In the same, it's Lex. In the same
interview.
podcast, interview, he was like, the reason why people love me is because I've got a big cock. So take what you will
from that.
From that.
Okay, but he did post that he's cut ties with himself 4 hours ago.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah. That's it.
All right, sorry, Mugs.
No, man, interrupted my segment for Kanye. The segment's over anyway.
Yeah, no, that's why I said it, because I thought it was over.
No, it wasn't. I had more to unpack. But is this cool? We can move on.
Toys, pram, floor. All right, got it. Thank you very much.
Let's get into the outro.
One for the books.
And can we also just do a roundup of House of Dragon, because we didn't do it yesterday? Sorry, Esther, is that okay?
Y'all go for it.
You don't watch it, do you?
You know I don't.
All right,
I don't watch things set in back in the...
All right, predictions.
I said I don't watch things set back in the day, is that what you said?
I really don't. I'm a in the present kind of babe.
Cool.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm not gonna lie,
predictions.
I'm furious at excuse me, because I'm still trying to learn everyone's names. The spoiler alert for those who haven't seen it. The young boy who died.
Okay.
Lucerys.
Is that his name, yeah?
I think so. Lucerys, maybe? I think so.
I think you're right.
I was furious still.
Him dying.
Yeah, him dying, yeah. Because I don't like eye patch guy.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I like Eye Patch. I didn't like him when he was young, but when I saw him fighting in the courtyard and that, I said, all right. Because I respect Achille. And he seems like he's smoky.
And also,
and then
And now, when he took Vega,
Yeah.
you have to respect that.
I respect that. I respect the fact that he was getting bullied as a kid, and now he's risen up, but now he's kind of like the big dog. I respect that. Also, the kid that he killed, was that the same brother who took out his eye, or was that his older brother?
That's the one that took it.
That one took it. Why is their height disparity so crazy?
It's true, you know.
Like, he looks well older than him. But someone said that because they want to set up eye patch guy to go against what's his face? Again, people's names are eluding me, man.
Damon.
That's why they've made him so big.
Okay.
So him and Damon's conflict can look realistic, innit? Because him and the other youths, they're all around the same age, but he's like 6'4", and this guy's like a midget. So that's why I thought maybe it's the older brother. But if it's him, it's him. So
That youth's a bad man though, Luceris, when you really pre what's going on. Because his mum sent him out to go and do next diplomat things that he's not even really ready for.
Yeah.
And when he pulled up to that place, he saw that big dinosaur there,
And he still walked
You
in.
know, huh?
He still walked in.
He still stepped in. You know whose dragon that is, brother. Like, but forget that, Forget the size of the dragon and the size of your dragon, You know who's riding that dragon, and you still walked in there. He's a psychopath. He's a psychopath. He should have moonwalked out of there. He should have flew off straight away.
no, there's someone made a clip and said, "Oh, this is how the scene really should have went." So he gets off his dragon, looks at the dragon, and then it rewinds and he jumps back on his dragon and flies off. So this is how the scene should have actually went.
Oh, did you see where they done the clip where they put Daniel how do you say his name? Kaluuya?
Yeah, Kaluuya.
And he's what film is it from? Nope or something like that. It's like it's saying my man should have been moving like that. When he got to the dragon, saw it, he goes to open the door and he goes, nope, and shuts it.
Yeah.
He was brave. He was brave for that though. But I always thought that he killed him on purpose.
What's that?
Mm.
You think
I always thought that he killed him on purpose. So the way that it transpired on the show,
that it was bad. It was an accident.
Yeah.
Is that what it says in the books?
It's not necessarily because I haven't read the books cover to cover like that. But because obviously I know the story. When I heard the story initially, they don't make no what's the word? Like reference to it being an accident. They just say he ambushed him on the way back from and killed him in it. So that's the first time I've seen it. There's a few things that's like a bit different. Like the Queen, when the Queen's misinterpreted what Viserys said, the way I heard it the first time is that it's got nothing to do with no misconstrued information. She was just on badness and she made up her mind that she's putting her youth on the throne. You get me? So, but obviously you got to adapt it for TV and make it whatever. It works. It's cool. That's what I'm trying to say. Even though like I kind of know the story, I can still watch it and get surprised and still enjoy watching it play out and all that. I think it's been good. What you were saying in the beginning, Yusuf, about the time jumps pissing you off.
It was initially.
Remember?
Yeah, it was initially.
Yeah, I think it was necessary. Like it just got us up to speed. That season one, like it's like the show
agree
hadn't even
now.
started yet. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I
Get
agree
me?
now. I agree now. I think it was needed. Do you think? I think the mum's to blame though. She sent a boy to do a man's job. You know what I mean? Sent her little youngest son to go and do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you didn't know.
You didn't know, but come on, you know the atmosphere, the climate you're in. Innit? You send your little boy.
Are you crazy? He's Lord of Driftmark, man. He's got a dragon. Like what are you talking about? You got to start. No, you got to start now.
I didn't realize how small his dragon was until I saw iPatch Dog's dragon was 8 million times bigger than his dragon. He had no
His
chance,
dragon's
man.
like a horse, isn't it?
Basically.
Shame.
Vhagar's huge, the biggest dragon in the world.
He's massive, massive. You asked for predictions, Brent?
Yeah.
As in for the next.
So when do you think it's going to? Season 2 is coming. What do you think the Queen's going to do? Like obviously because it's the next day, innit?
Yeah.
So what do you think?
I think it's all out war.
Same, man.
I think she's gonna want to get revenge immediately.
I think she'll be tactical. I think Damon, because for some reason, as much as Damon is like kind of, her husband now and trying to look at the kids from from the other guy as legitimate.
Yeah.
He don't really consider them as legitimate.
Oh yeah, of course not.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like he won't allow her to make a move that's going to put everything that they got planned in jeopardy. If that makes sense.
Is that what you think?
That's what I'm thinking, man. Because Damon has got his eye on something.
What
I'm
Damon
saying?
co-signs listen, they killed her youth. It goes off from now. This is where it all starts. It goes off. It's treacherous after this.
But Damon's been looking for a reason, though.
I guess so.
Damon's been looking for a reason to go wild.
Yeah, and they give him one now.
But are they strong enough right now though to win?
They got 18. They got like 14 dragons or something.
Yeah,
Like that.
remember when they had the little meeting and Damon was ringing off everything that they have in
yeah.
their favor? They have bare stuff compared to the rest.
And then you are forgetting like the North ain't even come into it. You get what I'm trying to say? Like the Starks ain't even outside yet. You just have to know what side they take. Like things transpire. They can pattern. You get me? It gets a bit more equal. Obviously, it goes on for enough long. This story is dope. I can't wait for this to play out. I'm not gonna spoil future seasons for you. Like you can get. I can't because I already know how it's playing out. I just don't know what it's gonna look like. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Is Damon? Is he on his own path? Like he's using Rhaenyra for his own good, or are they two really a union?
Nah, he's with her, man. He's
That's
with
why
her,
I
man.
think they're unions. Because I don't really feel like he has like the ambition to be king.
Because at the beginning of the season, I thought his ambition was to be king, and I thought
yeah.
the storyline would be him trying to take the throne. That's kind of where I thought it was going. Yeah. He might try and kill his brother or the one or whatnot. So I'm trying to figure out whether or not.
I mean, he would still technically be king anyway. So he doesn't. It doesn't seem like he wants.
Yeah, the main
responsibility like that. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, and he'll be the king consort once he's there. So he kind of still gets.
But what's his? I feel like his story arc for me, it started off as it was veered in one direction, but now it's kind of veered off. So I'm not sure what his motivation is anymore. Because I thought it was to be king, but it don't seem that way anymore. So I'm like, what is his motivation right now? You know what I mean? I don't think it's clear anymore.
Well, remember he started theorizing all these things and conspiracies and that he thinks that they killed his brother.
Yeah, did they kill his brother?
I don't know. I think they had plans in place to do all kinds of fuckery, and they weren't drugging him. Actually, that was the poppy thing to keep him thing.
Yeah.
I don't think they. I don't know. I don't know. But he don't trust it anyway. You get me? So he's onto them. He's onto them. You get me? And his beef, and then obviously his wife, they try to usurp her and do whatever. Like, I think his motivations are genuine for just for the like war, basically. Like, he's on their necks.
Why did he choke her again?
He choked her because she was talking about like not doing nothing. Yeah, like she was moving like an idiot and saying like waiting and boom, 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 and he had to just squeeze up her neck and just say, "Yo, fix up yourself, you idiot." But I think she fixed up after that.
She did.
Oh.
Yeah. Trying to think.
That's
What
not an
else?
endorsement, by the way. That's just...
Yeah, no. Here at TDA, we are against all violence towards women. Violence towards anybody, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
What else?
Anything else worth mentioning?
You guys didn't watch the Lord of the Rings one, did you?
No.
No.
What about Gangs of London?
Ooh.
I ain't watched that.
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh.
I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, I've finished it.
Finish it, yeah.
I didn't link for that.
I couldn't get past episode 2. I think I tried on like 2 or 3 separate occasions. I don't know what. And everybody told me it's good. I just couldn't engage.
Are you talking about season 1?
Yeah, season 1. Yeah.
Okay, I liked it, you know.
Oh, you've seen season 1?
Yeah.
Okay,
I've seen season 1. I ain't seen season 2 yet.
I haven't seen any of them. Does it compare to? When I say compare, is it like kind of in a similar vein as Luther?
I haven't watched Luther, you know.
Okay.
But isn't Luther just about...
Luther's cold.
He's a private eye or something?
Yeah, he's like a police detective.
He's not a private eye. He's a police officer.
Yeah.
Okay, I've watched it.
Yeah.
From what I've seen of Luther, no, Gangs of London is completely different from what I've seen. Brad, have you seen?
Yeah, I've seen
Luther?
both. I know it's not the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you mean? In what sense?
Just involving the police and all that type of stuff. Because I don't know. I've not seen.
Oh yeah, no,
Gangs
it
of London.
involves the police.
Okay, but none of the guys are like the main guy is not a police guy though, is he?
The
Ain't one of them undercover or something?
black guy, Brendan, the
So
main black
in
guy.
Gangs of London, are you talking about the first season or the second season? Because the second season, the police ain't involved. I mean, it's just gangs.
But
Yeah,
the first season, ain't that a black cute boy them in the first season or something?
Yeah, he is.
What black youth?
The black man.
There's a black cute in
the main
there.
black guy.
The main black guy?
Yeah.
As in, did he come from the police? Because he's killing people like, indiscriminately.
But ain't he got something to do with boy them though? Like, ain't he that? I don't
Maybe
know. Like I
used
said,
to
is
be.
it-
I think they tried to basically indoctrinate him because
I can't remember who he was in season 1. Who
there were
was
the
he again?
spooks that were looking to extract information from him. I don't know if it is he started off in the police force. I don't know. I haven't got a clue. But whatever it is, that he's now like an assassin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know about that. But it's just gun. It's like
It's very violent, innit, and unrealistic.
no, but it's still good watching, to be honest.
Oh yeah, it's probably entertaining.
Is it a short series? Like, is it like 10 episodes or like
I think it's
5?
like 7 or 8
Okay,
episodes, I believe.
Alright.
Maybe 10. I don't know.
Cool.
But it's good.
Yeah, people always moan about things being realistic or unrealistic, but I always say like when you're creating TV and stuff, like dramatizations of things and that, like you gotta allow people creative freedom to entertain you. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, so obviously, like it might not be realistic, but the realistic version wouldn't have been that thrilling. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, you gotta allow the man them to do stupidness and madness sometimes because it's not real. You're watching a TV show.
True.
The people are saying that he was an undercover Fed.
He was?
Yeah, he was an undercover Fed, yeah.
Okay. Actually, let me not ask no more questions, man. So I can, when I get time, to view it.
You're not going to have any time.
I know. That's what I'm saying, man. I got better to do, man.
Don't let me hear you come and say that
I'm thinking probably like in 2024 or something.
Right,
man.
okay.
But yeah, man. Esther, what shows do you recommend?
I recommend the Out Ere.
All right, let's do it.